seen that on podcasts.
Exactly. It helps line up the files later on.
Yeah, that's literally what they said.
That's what I do.
Wow.
You've been leaving it on the podcast?
Yeah, that's where I started. Is it starts me clapping. Basically.
No. Well, that's not how like the episode starts, though.
Well, that's how ours have been starting the last couple that I did. It's just because...
Like with an actual clap?
Yeah.
Oh. Just
because that's how I line up the audio and the video files, and it just seems like a good place to start.
That's the whole movie, you know, that like, square box they
got.
You guys should get
really?
one of those.
We should get one of those. Just fine.
Yeah, but it's not as cool, especially if you're like recording.
True.
I bet they're cheap.
I bet you could Amazon it, yeah.
Okay. We might.
Let's take a guess right now, because none of us have our phones, so look it up. Let's take a guess. What do they cost?
I bet you could buy one for $15, and I bet you could probably buy one for $500 too.
500.
I bet you could buy some.
Yeah, some of them are like digital. Oh. Like they got the screen and everything. Yeah. I'm going to say you can buy...
Like multiple takes and shit.
I'm going to say you can buy a cheap one for $25.99.
Oh, I was going to say 23, like 49.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you can buy a cheap one for $10.
Okay, what are we doing if who wins?
They have to buy it.
Oh no. I'm not that invested. You guys try again.
Wait, if you win, you have to buy it?
No,
the farthest one off has to buy it. Yeah. Okay, that's more fair.
Not for you at all. This is like, why do you have to buy it?
Be a part
Wait,
of
but Matt, you gave like a range of numbers. What's your actual number?
$10.
Okay.
$10?
I bet cheap one.
We're talking a real, not a kid's toy. You got to get the legit.
It actually makes the noise.
Yeah, it's just clapping. All it is just two hard things smacking together.
Yeah, but like a $10 one could be really cheap.
I think it'd be. You don't want me to bet it? I mean,
no, go for it. You're just going to be buying it.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to buy it, but I'll make the bet. It's going to come out of the business funds, not.
So I have
Do
to
you guys
pay
have
for
a
half of
business
it.
account?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're set up.
This is serious.
Yeah, we're making money, and you'll see us traveling the world with our podcast funds later on.
Yeah. Well, do you guys think that you'd ever do live shows?
Probably. On TikTok, we're 300 followers away from being able to go live.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gained 500 yesterday.
Yeah, we have 700 followers now.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. It's 700 followers. It's not like crazy.
It's hard to get it, apparently.
I don't know. I deleted TikTok.
I did that for a while until we started this.
Yeah.
It's addicting.
It's so
it
addicting.
is.
Like, way too much time.
I would spend, like, my screen time was like 8 hours a day.
Holy cow.
No, that's like a full-time job.
Mine was like 5, but you're doing it at work, right?
No.
What's your boss's name?
No, I do not scroll the TikTok at work.
So how do you find the time? You sleep 8 hours.
No, I don't.
You're at work for 8 hours.
She sleeps 12. sleeps 12, 8 on the phone.
She's scrolling TikTok in her sleep, probably.
No, but like, I would watch it going to bed.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, so now I have to sleep with my phone across the room.
I have a hard time when I wake up. I will lay in, if it's like today, I might pick up my phone and lay in bed for an hour and a half, scrolling TikTok or
in the morning,
something like that. Yeah, it's just so comfy. Why get out of bed? It's Sunday, you know. Yeah.
You don't just aimlessly scroll TikTok?
I do, but not in the morning. Whenever I first wake up,
you do
because I'm usually late. I'm like, oh crap.
That's the worst way to start your morning.
It's late. What's the best way to start your morning?
Oh, I need like 2 hours to just mosey around.
I drink coffee. I eat breakfast. I like all that in the morning.
I wish I could do breakfast, but I don't.
Oh.
You guys want to hear my new morning routine?
Yeah. Why is it new? When did you do?
I started it in January.
Okay.
The first?
Yeah, the first.
Is it a resolution?
I've been new. No, I don't believe in resolutions.
Why'd you start it on the first?
What do you call this then?
Just like a healthier lifestyle.
That you started
on New Year's.
But like,
and when did you come up with the idea for it? Was it before the first?
No, stop.
Unlike January or December 20th, you were like, on the 1st, I'm going to do this. It's not a resolution.
It's not. But like resolutions, that's a lot to hold yourself to. You know?
I've never made one.
Okay, sorry, what was it?
Yeah, so you've never made one, so what do you...
Sorry, continue.
So I wake up at 4 a.m.
No,
that's crazy.
Yes, I do.
What time do you start work?
8.
You get 4 hours before going to work?
Yeah, because I wake up at 4 a.m. and I have to leave my house by 4:30 to go work out. And then I work out from 5 to 6. And then I shower at the gym. And then I go to work. So I usually get to work like an hour to 30 minutes early.
See, that's the schedule I was trying to have like 2 years ago, but I just can't. Can't wake up.
Well,
That's an
but
excuse.
you
I
have-
can, but
I love working out, but not in the morning. Like I don't like going the first thing in the morning. Even though it would make everything so much easier for me, I hate it.
It is, because I also started school last week, and so,
Again?
yeah. No, this is just when you always start back, Matt.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant like
No, I didn't
new
quit.
major.
I'm not a quitter.
Yeah. You know, you're supposed to introduce yourself.
Oh, shoot. Okay, hi. My name's Grace.
What do you do? What's your last name?
No.
she was complaining about this earlier.
I know.
She's probably right. We probably shouldn't name drop so much.
Why?
I don't know. It's kind of hard not to, though.
But yeah,
No,
what I'm
you
wondering
just
is,
shouldn't.
especially because you are one of like 9 Graces that we know, we have to use your last name at some point. Especially if all of you came on, there'd be.
Well, we are. We're doing a podcast takeover. You guys just
We
thought
should
us at
just
that
let
time.
them do it.
Yeah.
Like,
You just-
I
see
bet your
four.
Patreon views, you guys would make so much money.
Well, we have to get people to see something first that they like, then they buy Patreon.
Oh, well, they would like us.
Well, then make this the thing.
What are you going to talk about?
Well, we have an agenda, but we're not telling you yet.
Why?
But you guys would be on it. Our agenda pertains.
We only have 4 mics.
Well, we can share.
Okay. And these podcasts tend to they fall apart when you have too many people. Like, when you
Well,
have side conversations and
Mhm.
people talking at the same time, it just kind of sucks. It doesn't sound good.
Yeah, and that's understandable, but we would actually go into it with a plan.
Okay.
And so there would not be all these side conversations.
That sounds like a boring
I
podcast.
feel like we're
No.
just going to get insulted the entire time.
Yeah.
No, they were good
And
questions.
whose
Like
idea was
what?
this? Yours, I think?
No, it was, well,
Because you're the one who made the group message thing, and you're the one who seems to be an organizer here.
yeah, because it would be fun. But I don't know who, maybe it was Carson, I don't know. Or Megan. I just named half
Is she
the group.
jealous that Kendall came on and now she's like, I got to get on there?
No, we just think that we could do it better.
At what point did you... Well, then make your own podcast. Why are you trying to come on ours? Why are you trying to come ruin ours?
We don't have all the time for that.
It takes the same amount of time to do it for yourself or to do it for somebody else.
No. It's a weekly commitment.
Oh, yeah. We're doing more than once a week.
So do you guys have a schedule that you drop
So
on?
we always... Well, so far, we always record on Sunday, but we've been recording like 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay, but do you have like a certain day that you
I
always...
will post this episode tomorrow.
Wow, that's a quick turnaround. Okay.
I don't know what to tell you about
Is that the end of that conversation?
I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess it's a quick turnaround.
No, that is.
Well, I don't know. We've been playing with the whole early access thing on Patreon, so I might put it on Patreon tomorrow, and then it might not show up until like Wednesday or Thursday on YouTube. You know, that kind of thing.
What about Spotify?
Same day as YouTube.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see.
We don't really expect this to do anything for a couple of years. So
That's
we
kinda
were
how
trying
Let's
to
go.
up
You gotta have
how
a lot
many
of
times we
content.
posted.
That's kind of how it
Yeah.
works. You just have a lot of stuff, and eventually it catches on. So what's going to be on your agenda?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
You just said we have to be prepared. Now you won't even
Yeah.
tell us the questions we're
That's
supposed to
confusing.
prepare.
Yeah, are you prepared? Or
Yeah.
are we
no,
prepared?
we're prepared.
So we
Why
can be
aren't we
prepared.
only prepared? The hosts.
Because we're going to interview you and
She's making
see
this up.
how well...
Yeah, she has none of this together.
No, we do. Thank you.
It records from the opposite side of the barcode.
Oh, hopefully they can hear me this whole time.
They can hear you. It just sounds better now.
Okay, great. Anyway, we're going to see how well you guys can, interview. We're going to be interviewing you and how well you guys can answer these questions.
Give us the test question right now.
That's a lot. Okay. What made you guys want to start this podcast and who had the idea first?
I texted Cody and said we should start a podcast. He said yes.
Well, we had kind of talked about it. I mean, he definitely did do that. But the day or so before, we were talking about how much stuff you can sell with stuff like this if you have an audience.
And I listen to a lot of podcasts, and every one of them has a Patreon. And they start talking about how many people they have on their Patreon and how much it costs. And I did the math on it, and they're raking it in.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just talking, having conversations, friends, having no agenda, whatever. They're just talking about random, whatever they decide to talk about. They have some plans, like I was telling him earlier, that we might consider at some point. Some people have dedicated segments that they don't plan, they don't schedule it, but they just know, if there's a dry spell on something, let's start this thing. reviewing videos of something or talking about a specific news topic or something like that. But that's only like to supplement breaks in conversation kind of thing. That the real value is just,
if you have an audience that likes your stuff, you can sell them anything.
Yeah, they like your stream of consciousness. That's the phrase
so we can sell them a Patreon, which is $20 a month. And what Austin's already at $20 a month is like $244,000 a month.
Probably don't need me telling everybody exact dollar amounts because it always sounds tacky.
Well, true, but we're just talking about. She asked why we're doing it. So
money.
Just he didn't have a huge audience. We don't have an audience at all right now. But you can sell patrons. You can sell merchandise. If you want to start a business, you can market to those people immediately just by making these videos.
Also, I just like the idea. It's fun. Like, I like the idea of making a high-quality piece of something.
So what makes your podcast high quality?
It's not yet. It's a work in progress, and progress is the fun part, I think.
That's the crazy thing. There really has to be nothing special about it. It's a personal brand.
There's a podcast I listen to all the time, and I watched a video of theirs the other day, and they did it in the garage, and I loved the episode still. They were just recording, like, in the garage. But because it's two people that, like, I consume their things all the time, then you just like it. It's the brand is the person.
Yeah, believe it or not, out of 7 billion people, there's going to be 8 billion people. There's going to be 100,000 of them that want to listen to you, and that's enough to set you up for life.
Yeah.
What about you? Why would you want to start a podcast? If you were to.
I don't know. I think it'd kind of be easy. Like, it would be a lot of work, yes, but I also think it'd be easy.
To do what?
To just, like, talk all the time. Just for the heck of it.
That's not really an agenda thing.
Yeah, but, like, you can always go into... Like, one podcast I listen to, they always, like, have a theme.
Which one?
It's called... Shoot, you're going to put me on the spot. Our Non-Toxic Podcast.
Never heard of it.
They just started. They're actually out of Ozark, maybe? Ozark or Nixa, I think. I don't know. They're just two girls.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Well, they're two girls, but they always have, like, a theme that they stick to and they talk about.
What made you start listening to them? How did you figure out about them?
I just followed one of the girls on Instagram, and I saw that it was her podcast, and I just started listening to it.
And you like it?
Yeah.
And what about this one?
This one? Yeah, it's good. But I don't listen to male podcasts.
Why?
I just can't get into them. No, it's not. I mean, maybe a little bit. But do you guys listen to female podcasts?
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, there's podcasts I listen to that are like just mixed. There's some men and then some female.
To be real honest, I don't listen to podcasts. But I don't want to say this because I know it's wrong and it's probably really sexual. But it's two girls they talk about. It's like
You're trying to say Color Daddy.
Color Daddy.
No, that's not two women. That's only one.
Well, you
and
said
she's
women.
like, well,
that's
they had
the thing
a
I was
falling
telling you
out.
about the other day about Dave Portnoy was talking about it on Joe Rogan's podcast about the whole thing they had.
I'm really glad I didn't say what I was going to say because that was not the same.
Please.
Yeah, I was trying to think it through. Yeah, that was not the name of it.
We have to bleep things out of it sometimes. That's what the notepad's for. If there's something that I think later on has to be cut out, it gets written down like the time. Or if
Do you have any on for this podcast yet?
No. And
awesome.
If there's going to be something that I think will make a good clip, like a TikTok or something, I'll also write it down.
Yeah, like
it's
if you say
to go back and find it than watching the whole episode over again.
Yeah, that would be really painful. Anyway, they did start out as two girls, but now they each have their own separate podcasts.
Do you want to tell us about do you want to run down their whole drama?
I don't really know it.
Okay.
Because I didn't start listening to it until it was like Alex solo. That's like, she still has the Call Her Daddy brand, and she was with Barstool. And
Dave Portnoy said that she signed a deal with
Spotify
for
yeah.
$16 million.
Yeah. Yeah, like one of the biggest Spotify deals. Like she's
Joe Rogan had 100 million. So.
Okay, well, I said one of.
They're the second biggest podcast, I think, right now.
Yeah, she has like iconic guests like Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato. Like
that's gonna be us soon.
All these like cool guests.
Yeah, Miley's coming on in a couple of weeks. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you guys going to talk about? Do you have an agenda for her?
Yeah.
So what is it about?
That is Hannah Montana, right? Like it's the same girl.
When I was
so
a
I
kid,
could talk
I
about
had
that.
a crush on Hannah Montana for sure. Not Miley Cyrus. Didn't care about her.
She just did a thing with Dolly.
It was the blonde maybe that Hannah Montana.
She just did a thing with Dolly Parton. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was like their New Year's special.
Yeah, that looked cool. I didn't watch it, but I saw the commercial. Did you see it?
I saw clips of it whenever I still had TikTok.
So when did you...
Oh, I don't know when I deleted
Are you
it.
sure that wasn't on the first?
No, I promise it wasn't.
Yeah.
I was just like, my gosh, I spend so much
gosh.
time on TikTok.
Gosh, gee golly.
No, like 4 hours a day.
You said 8 seconds.
Well, that was like my screen time as a whole.
Okay.
And then like
My TikTok
half of
time.
my time was on like 4 hours on TikTok.
Now we have an excuse because we use it for it's a business. So we
Yeah.
post on TikTok. So it doesn't matter now.
So, Matt, do you have a real job now? Like, not saying that this isn't a real job, but like
I did.
a job outside of this?
I did, but this is kind of what I'm doing now. It takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, when do you find the time for it?
He was a salesman for FM Payments.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
talked about
I
it.
know. That's what I was doing until we started this.
How long ago did you guys start this?
2 weeks? 3 weeks?
3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, 5.
It was
How
on the
many
first too. I
episodes?
hate to say it. It was on
Oh.
the
The first
first.
episode was on the 31st,
Yeah.
and we made a big deal about
It was-
not a New Year's
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
It really wasn't. It just kind of lined up
sounds
that
like a
way.
New Year's resolution.
It
You
was
want to be your own
actually
boss.
At the end of last year.
The day before.
I've always been my own boss.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I was doing sales for another company. I was a private contractor, so I did.
You know, you can make a lot of money in sales if you're good at it.
Exactly. Well, this is kind of going to be everything's sales.
Yeah, because you're marketing yourself.
That's what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do for work now?
What do I do?
Yeah.
This. I got rental property now. Got 3 houses in the land now. I help Kendall.
You said 3 houses, but the other house hasn't been.
Give me a week, and
And this one's not rental.
I've already
house,
paid
so
for it.
You
So
live in this one. So you have one rental house.
Well, yes, he's going to have 2.
I bought this house 3 weeks ago. So give me a break.
No.
And Matt, do you own any houses?
Yeah.
You do?
No.
Exactly. That's all we needed to
Do you?
hear.
Where do you live?
Oh, I still live at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hey,
I'm like
this is
21.
getting insulting.
You're how old? Like 27?
25. And I have my own apartment, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So enough about me. What are your plans for the future? Where do you see Grace in 5 years?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. Like, I have like
Quite an agenda.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm going to graduate next May, so May of 2024.
What are you going to school for again?
Business management. Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so tell us what we're doing wrong.
Yeah. About our management.
Well, do you
We
guys
don't have
really
an
want me to
agenda.
go in?
Definitely.
Have a what? What'd you
Do
say?
you want me to go in?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I wish I had this written down somewhere. I've had these thoughts going through
you
my
have all of
brain.
your insults written
Yeah,
down
you're
to us.
always thinking about what we're doing wrong.
She's like, they
No,
did
I
this
just have
wrong
like
in January
some
5th.
some general things.
Okay. I
Um,
might cry.
no,
It's
don't.
okay. We'll get more views.
I'll take the sunglasses off, and there'll just be one tear
Yeah.
rolling
Yeah.
down.
Go ahead. Insult us.
Okay,
Let's hear it.
so no, I just have questions. I guess I shouldn't say I'm
That's the
going to
right way
insult
figure
you.
Things out.
Yeah. So, how do you guys plan on growing the brand? Is there any like? Are you
Frequency,
okay?
right?
And we've like let me rephrase what I was gonna say. Austin Stone, like we have him, he's got a lot of followers. We're connecting with him. He's got us with other people that have big
Networking.
followings and networking.
Okay.
We have that. We post at least 5 to 10 times a day. And you can promote ads, like that's what we did yesterday, and we promoted it and got another 500 followers.
Not ads, just.
Or not ads,
Right. Yeah.
content.
You just boost your own.
It's not an ad though.
It compounds because like once one person follows you, they sees your stuff. That means that video gets that view every time you post it, and then you post another one. Somebody else sees it. There's 2 people. 2 people turn into 4. 4 people turn into 8. It just kind of compounds that way.
How does that sound to you?
That sounds good. Frequency, but how about like consistency?
Every
Yeah.
Sunday?
Well, yeah, every Sunday, but then do you just like, I don't know. I just like to know whenever my podcasts are going to have their content
I
out.
understand that.
Like,
I
it
think
stresses me out.
Yeah, I think just because we're so new, we're trying to get lots of content out right now. That's what we're posting.
Yeah, we
Right.
don't have a
2
real.
or 3 times a week.
That's a problem we have to work on. We don't really have a niche right now. We're just kind of posting our lives, and I guess that could be personal. Or not personal. Yeah, what was I going? What's personal? I used that word earlier.
Growth.
Personal brand. That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's you could kind of say that's personal brand, but whenever we first started this, we were like, oh, it's going to be about business and travel, and we
Yeah, anywhere from like black holes to what? Business to black holes?
Yeah, I like that. That's an alliteration. So fun fact, vocab word for you today.
Yeah, but I thought alliteration was like BBB.
It's just two. Like,
I thought it had to be 3.
it's just two. Like some
Okay.
names can be alliterations. If your name was Grace Gobstopper, that's an alliteration.
Oh.
It's not, just so you guys know. Okay.
Yeah, look her up
What
on
else?
Facebook.
Yeah, Grace Gobstopper. You guys can find me there.
So what else?
I don't know.
That's the only question you had about our
Okay,
business?
so like, are you guys? Okay, no, I have one
I
question.
just forgot what we were talking about.
No, well, a little bit, yeah, but also the randomness on TikTok.
It's out
It's
there.
not like, who is your targeted audience, and then like, how are you going to hone in on that? Like right now, I feel like you guys are just like trying to reach anybody, and that's
For
okay.
sure. I think that what we're trying to do is cast a wide net and then see what the bikes look like and then refine it off of that.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
like,
You have to
it's
start
brand
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, we're literally just posting what's in our camera roll now. Obviously, as we go forward, it'll be
So
mostly
have you-
podcast stuff from now on. But
Does that mean you've done some snooping down our TikTok and stuff?
No, well, I don't have TikTok. Let me say
Oh,
it again.
sorry.
Let's see how many times I can mention it.
So how do you know?
Well, Cody posted on his story a lot.
Oh.
And so, like, the other day, there was a TikTok about Cody redoing the floors, and I was
That's
like,
true. And that one did pretty well.
really?
Yeah.
well, okay, if you're gonna say we're in the niche of business, then we're right in. Like we post.
Yeah, that's true, I
we
guess.
post-
Just like with taxes, you can call anything business.
Yeah, like we do a podcast that's business related. I'm working on a rental house that's business related. We're traveling to go shoot videos for a vlog that makes money. That's business related. Like
I guess, yeah, it all kind of comes back together.
I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. I'm just saying you can bend the rules
You can
and
market
put
it
it,
as
put it in that
that.
category.
Now we may be saying these are our plans for this, but if you think there's a better way to do it, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'll have to think on it more.
You have to have an agenda.
Well, like a 7-step business plan. Do you
7?
guys? Yeah, I think that's how many steps there are in a business plan.
Okay.
I don't know.
What
I'll
are
have
the
to look back at
steps?
my classes. I don't remember this
Aren't
off
you
the
getting
top
ready
of
to
my head.
graduate in 6 months?
Yeah, but you can also
I
like
ask
Google
you
it.
kind of an insulting question?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Don't make me upset.
What's the net worth of your teacher?
Oh heck, I don't know.
I've always had that. I thought about going to business management school, and I was like, is the person teaching me rich? Because if they're not, I'm not going to learn anything from them.
Well, I mean, some of them very well might be, but I don't
Probably
know.
not because they have a job at the school.
But maybe that's like something that they really want to do. Like that is
Maybe.
their passion.
I would
Is to,
say
like,
those ones are
I think
few and far
knowledge is
between.
power.
I think most people think that.
Yeah, knowledge is power. I think.
Sure, but if they aren't doing it themselves, it doesn't work.
Yeah, like why if they're giving all these tips? Why aren't they?
Well, because
implementing
they
them and
probably
growing
don't
huge
have a
businesses?
business management degree. They have a teaching degree because that's what they wanted to do.
But-
Well, then they should.
You don't need a business management degree to start your own business.
No, you don't. And there are lots of successful people who don't have a degree. But, I mean, not to play like, the gender roles, but it's very hard for a woman to get a good, successful career, in my opinion, without a degree.
Unless
I can agree to that.
I could say that, yeah, but
I talked to Cordell about that a long
you
time
start your
ago.
own business, I guess. What do you mean you've talked to Cordell about?
But I
I
don't
said a
know. I
long
don't
time
have like a passion in one thing to start a business.
I think you just figure it out. You just like
I just
try
have a
something
lot
and it
of,
doesn't
like-
work, and then you find things that end up
Mhm.
making you money. And the world's changing right now, so what we all think makes money now is not going to be the same 10 years from now.
Well, no, but I also just don't have just the money at my fingertips to start a business.
Well, if you start a business having to put money into it, a lot of money, it's probably not a good business. You should be able to, if your business is truly going to work and work well, you shouldn't have to put any money into it.
How much money have you guys put into this business?
Less than $300, I'd say.
Yeah.
Really?
And we didn't have to. Honestly,
Yeah,
like this
it's
is all
because
just luxury stuff.
We
That
like this stuff.
you could use your phone if you wanted to.
Yeah, but it sounds horrible, like your first episode.
Well, money helps building a business. I'm not saying
Exactly,
it
but it's
doesn't,
not
but
impossible. If what's her name? The girl from
But if you want to
All
get
That
into
Age.
real estate,
Okay.
you have to have money to buy houses.
no, you don't have to
No,
have
you
any
sell
money.
other people's houses.
Okay, well, if you want to get into, like, what you're doing right now, and you're renting houses.
Let
You
me
have
explain
to-
to what you did. I borrow money from the bank.
I don't have credit. I'm just going to stop you right there. I don't
Okay,
have
well,
credit.
open a business and get an EIN number and use its credit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but
Although we had a problem with that with opening this. It's not as simple as we thought it was going to be.
we could have done that. I didn't want to run my credit for it. But you don't have any credit. It doesn't.
I have no clue.
Let's say you have an investor. Say you're I don't know. Say your grandpa or
My,
Tim,
I'm
your
not
boss.
going to be,
Okay.
I'm not going to be morbid.
Okay, let's just say
Somebody you know who has lots of money.
Tim, your boss. I know, probably has some money
Why are we
laying around.
name dropping my boss's name?
I didn't
Like
say.
one of the most common names in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, but if this blows up, then
It
someone
will.
can look it up.
And what's
And
the
they know
problem?
where I am. That is so
They
dangerous.
know where we are.
Dangerous.
Okay, his name wasn't Tim. It was
They don't
Bob.
know the address.
Thank
they just
you.
know where, like, the general
Bob
area.
has.
I don't want people to know my general area.
Bob has cash,
Okay.
and you have the know-how. There's a smoking deal on a house, right?
Okay.
It's $100,000. You think it's worth $150,000. Bob has the money.
In this market, you can
Definitely.
never find.
I just bought 2 houses in 2 weeks.
I know, but
For under-
they're probably not great houses. I'm just going to be
No,
honest.
they're not, but they are.
They're
profitable.
rental material. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
yeah,
they're
they're
definitely
profitable. That's all I
profitable.
care
We're
about.
not finding you a
Okay.
place
I
to
could go
live.
build a giant shop right now and have a bougie house and a nice car, but I want the cash
Subtle
flow.
flex.
But
Remember, we are in Missouri. It's cheap.
yeah, it's cheaper. I couldn't do anything in California hardly. But you take an investor, Bob, right?
Mhm.
He's willing to loan you the 20% down at 5% interest rate. You take his 20%. You go to the bank. The bank gives you the loan for the house. You use Bob's money to put the down payment on the house. The bank gives you the other half. You have no money in it at all.
So basically, all you're having to do is use your negotiation or sales skills to convince Bob that to lend you the money. That's all.
Yeah.
And that doesn't cost anything.
Because coming up
Yeah.
with 20% down is hard. And I'll just say I put $20,000 down on this house, and like coming up with the 20,000 up front is the hard part. I could have went a different way, but I had the option of paying my own cash into it. That's probably the hardest way to do real estate, but there's multiple ways you can do it.
I don't really want to get into real estate, though. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, what's another? I mean,
don't
you
know.
learn from it. So like, what's another business you think you can get into with that money?
Yeah.
I might be
So-
totally wrong.
The thing is, like, I really don't have any interest in owning my own business.
So
Like,
what
I
do you
That's not a
do with
problem.
your degree? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. My uncle works for what is he? Oh gosh. He's an engineer, sorry.
Okay.
And he works in Oklahoma right now. And so I want to go job shadow there and just like do like a 2 weeks there to kind of see like what it's like. I don't know. I don't know my options yet. I'm just like open to really
The world's your
anything.
oyster.
Yeah, that's what I think.
What's that phrase you mean?
I've never heard that. I think you made that up. So.
No, yes, yeah.
It just means like you do whatever you want, basically. But why
Why
is
is
that the
it-
phrase that means that? I have no clue. Makes me not want to say things anymore when I don't know what they mean.
Can I give you advice?
Sure.
Do you want the job, or do you want the money from the job, or what exactly are you wanting from a job?
Probably I want a job that I like.
Okay.
Like I really do. But I also just want to be like financially secure as well. Like I want a good job that has a good like salary
Mhm.
with it.
Like, what's a decent salary?
Like anywhere between like $80,000, like I think would be okay for me.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't think I'm going to start like at $80,000 right out of college.
No,
what
I
you're
think
doing.
that's low. Like, you should be shooting high for that.
It depends what you're doing. Yeah, like
Well, that's just like a ballpark range.
Okay, let's do 100,000 for easy
Okay.
math.
I'm fine
But-
with that. I'm just trying
A
to
lot
keep
of
it like
people-
realistic.
Okay, a lot of people will go, and you're in business class, you probably know this, but a lot of people will go get a great job. Say you're an engineer and you're making $100,000 a year, right?
Mhm.
The government at 100,000 will probably take around 30% of that in
Yeah.
taxes, so you're at 70,000, and then
Right.
all of your bills have to come out of that. Versus if you go get the $100,000 job and you set up a business and well, that may not work that way actually. If somehow you could get the employer that you work for to pay your business instead of you get to pay your
that
taxes
would
at
be a
the
private
end.
contractor.
Yeah, you get to pay the taxes at the end of the year, which
Mhm.
means you can write off your car, you can write off your gas, you can write off your phone bill, you can write off your haircuts, you can write off anything, And then you have $100,000 to play with versus the 70, because with a job, the government takes your money up front, and with the business, they take it at the end of the year. So you can.
That's
so
fair.
just by setting up your own LLC and having the LLC get paid instead of you can write off all that stuff.
That's fair.
That's another way to make another $30,000 a year if you have that kind of job.
It didn't seem like that's where you're going with that.
Well,
You said you were going to give her some advice.
Yeah, I'm not completely done. But a lot of businesses, like, I'm sure you know people that are like, oh, we're doing $400,000 or $500,000 a year, whatever. Most of the time I'm talking about gross.
Right. That's not taxed or what they're paying
Most
out.
businesses are at 10 to 20% profit margin.
Yeah.
So don't let anybody talk shit on you because you're only making $50,000 a year at a job.
Right.
Because, I don't know, what's 5 times 8? So that'd be a $250,000 business to make $50,000 in profit, right? Is that right?
I went to Republic. Come on.
Anyways, but if you have a job that pays you monthly and stuff, or weekly, that's a pretty good gig as long as you invest that money. A lot of people, they get the paycheck and then they just
Yeah. They
blow
pay
it
their
on
bills and
living.
then they just go from there.
Yeah. Versus if they took that money, went and used somebody else's money, like the banks, take that job to get you approved for a loan at the bank, rent that house out. That house makes you $1,000 a month. Repeat it, or invest it in some way, and you'll never have to work again.
Is that what you're doing?
Mhm.
Nice.
But that's what everybody's going to do if you make money. It's the only way to keep the money.
Now I'm trying to stay out of debt as much. Like I have my house paid off, and the land's almost paid off, and this house I just got a loan on, but I don't have much on it. But you can, if you don't have any money up front, you can use debt. It's more risky, but it's a way to do it.
Wow.
What?
That's just so profound.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, so what else? What other questions you got for us?
I don't know. This is your guys' podcast. I'm
Well,
just here. You
that's
guys gave me
what
like an hour to get here.
Okay. Sometimes Cody or I will not be doing anything. We'll be like, you want to record an episode? And then, sure. And then I just come over here and we record something.
So what do you?
Whatever happens to come up that day. Whatever.
What do you?
Just like a regular conversation. Like when you're just hanging out with somebody, you don't plan what you're going to talk about, right?
Right.
And that's what this is meant to be. It's just listening to two people have their conversation.
In your business management class, what do they teach? Like, is it accounting? Because that's totally worth going to school
Oh
for. I think.
yeah, I'm in my 3rd accounting class.
See, I should do that because I suck at accounting.
I
Or you
will
could
say
hire an
though,
accountant.
like what I do
You still
at
have to
my
understand it, though. Sorry, go ahead.
I will say what I do at my job though, like I do accounts payables,
Okay.
and so I pay all the company's bills.
Mhm.
It's really not like what they teach you at school. Like I will say that. Like my general accounting class wasn't, at least, but like you may like the more upper division accounting classes because right now or last semester I did managerial accounting, and so that kind of helped you create a budget for your business. And it was less about like categories of like where your money will go, if that kind of makes sense. And this one, I don't even know. I'm an accounting 311, but I don't really know what it is. We just started last week, so I don't know.
Me and, since you don't want me to say names here, me and a buddy of mine went to Georgia he was on the podcast. Mitchell
Okay.
went to Georgia last January.
We talked about this on his episode too.
And
I think I listened to it.
yeah,
That was the first one with the mics.
it was like a budgeting class. I
Yeah.
learned so much from that because it was like how much you should be charging for a truck while it's sitting there, and it's depreciation and the difference between buying or having the old truck and buying a new truck, and like how to account that. And it come out to like $14 or $15 an hour. It's like, dang, that's expensive to own a truck and just let it
Yeah.
sit there. But it's real math.
Yeah, just because a lot of people don't realize how much money it actually costs to do all these things.
Mhm.
That's why so many people's profit margins are so low, and they don't even realize it.
But most people aren't even profitable.
Well,
Most.
I'm also in financial management, so I'll let you guys know how that goes.
You want to manage our finances for free?
No, not for free.
That's the only way we'll come out on top.
Well,
Not
then
paying
it
our
sounds like you
employees.
guys will have to go take this class yourself.
But that was another reason we're doing this. Like, this costs nothing to operate, and it's all profit.
Well, yeah, if you guys had like all the computers and everything.
I already have this.
Right.
I mean, a nice camera would be nice, and
because that's just my phone.
but you don't have to have it.
No, and like if you guys get bigger, I'll say when, I'll be nice. When you guys get bigger and you grow your audience, you can just use that to buy a nicer camera or
that's the idea,
something
sure.
else.
Yeah.
But you guys don't have to have a studio. There's no like studio time or anything like that. You're not paying rent anywhere.
It'd be nice to have that, though.
Well, yeah.
It'd be awesome.
That can be a goal to strive to.
Got lots of goals. What are your goals?
My biggest goal is just graduating and being done with school. Hopefully move out after graduation. You
know what they say is a goal, I can't remember this phrase for it, but basically a goal means nothing unless you have a plan on how to actually get there.
Well, I have a plan. I have all my classes that I'm going to have to take until May to get done with school. And then my last semester I'll probably work full time so I can have extra money to start saving towards a down payment on a house if I want to go that route, or
rent one of Cody's houses?
No. I think he'd be a terrible landlord.
Why is that?
I'd be like, oh yeah, Cody, like my electricity's not working, something's wrong with it. No. Okay, then I'd be like, my garbage disposal's not working. You're like, well, you have a trash can. Like, I don't know why you need a garbage disposal.
No, don't you physically go and fix things all the time?
Oh, that sounds horrible. Do you know how to fix them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can put a Band-Aid on it.
You have no faith in anybody.
I shouldn't.
Sounds like you wouldn't trust anybody at all, ever.
Well, she's right.
Are you going to fix your house when it gets
I might.
Or are you just going to slip a Band-Aid
You can
on?
YouTube it.
You don't think I'm very handy?
No.
You know, this floor that you're sitting on right now was like
no,
6
it actually
inches
is
higher
bad.
yesterday. It was at a peak right here. It was stupid and fixed it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Kind of.
You have no faith in anybody.
But
If you
I
walk
shouldn't be
across
working.
The floor, you can feel it.
This is what
It's an old house. It's an old house, yeah.
In, you know,
That's on
every
purpose.
house in this town looks like this.
Yeah, this is a terrible town, I will say.
And it's your home.
10 out of 10 don't recommend it. I kind of want to move away.
Where?
Speaking of, I don't know, like maybe Colorado. Somewhere like far enough, but not too far.
What's your ideal kind of scenery for a place like a dream house?
Oh, like probably a lot of plants, like a boho kind of style.
What does that
A boho?
Yeah.
B-O-H-O?
You want to be a boat hoe? Is that what you said?
No. Just like a light and airy vibe.
The desert?
No, that's hot
Or
and
Alaska?
horrible.
The sun never goes down.
That sounds awful.
Okay.
You're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, what do
No,
you want?
the light
Come
never
on.
goes down. Yeah, I don't
What
know.
about it? Like where?
Just like, I don't know.
It's gonna be
I'll have to go scope it out.
cold.
I don't mind the cold. I
love
like the cold. I think it's so dreamy.
The cold is the way to go.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Wyoming is kind of where I think would be awesome.
Oh, Wyoming would be cool.
Yeah, up in the mountains.
If I liked the heat, Arizona would be cool.
Never.
I think it'd be a fun place.
You're not a beach person?
No.
A lake person?
I do like the lake. The beach, it's just messy.
We're
There's
thinking
sand everywhere. It's just not my vibe.
We're thinking about recording an episode this summer on the boat, on Cody's boat. How do you think that would go?
I don't... You'd have to find like a cove.
Why?
Are you going to take all of this setup? What if it's like too sunny and you can't see? I don't know. It just sounds
And
like
the
a
audio
mess.
will work.
Then we'll have our sunglasses on.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you guys won't look like douchebags because you'll actually be outside and need them.
But then I'll do this. Turn my hat backwards.
Oh, God, no.
We'll wait for the first hate comment, and then we'll never wear sunglasses again. So.
I just gave you the first hate comment right here.
We don't care what you think.
I'm going to get TikTok back just to a hate
Like
comment.
fake accounts that we won't know. is
Burner
so it actually
accounts.
hurts
That's
a little
okay
bit.
as long as you follow.
Yeah, engagement helps really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Likes, comments, shares, all that. You seem to be pretty comfortable on camera. Have you done this before?
No.
You post Snapchats, TikToks all the time.
No, I've only... I posted one TikTok and it was by accident and I was literally mortified. I was so mortified.
Like, were you dancing or something?
No, I was singing in my car. It was horrible.
With that microphone thing that you have,
No, I don't...
you should have brought that. The
I
jazz
left
little
that...
thing. Is it just a USB? Bluetooth?
It's a Bluetooth. It's a Bluetooth.
You could use that on this, probably.
I don't have it anymore. I left it at my previous job.
Why'd you have your Bluetooth microphone at work?
Because we did
use anybody's
karaoke
name.
Fridays.
This chair just went down.
Oh, you got the chair again.
Damn it.
Austin's been complaining about that chair going down.
Just dropped about 2 inches, I think.
Well, shoot. So, how's your guys' dating life?
I have a
Dating
girlfriend.
life?
You have a girlfriend?
You didn't know that?
Gosh.
It's been like 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have a toothbrush at the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's serious up in here.
Yeah, she owns a business.
Name drop her. What's her name?
She said she
Shut
wants to
her
come
out.
on, so it's fine. Her name-
Okay.
You've already said her name like
Yeah, her
400
name's Morgan.
times, so.
Morgan. Where can we find her at? What can we stalk her on?
She has a bunch of her business is focused on growing on Instagram.
Yeah, he's going to have a rich girlfriend.
She has an online, so she has a cleaning business. So she has like 8 or 10 employees that do like home cleaning and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But now she also has a coaching service where she teaches other people how to start and grow their cleaning businesses.
Nice.
So she posts a lot. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know the name of her.
How'd you meet her?
Tinder.
Nice. Nice. I'm proud of you.
Doing fine. Now we see each other basically every day.
Do you get tired of her? Don't say it on the podcast
No.
if you do.
He's like, oh my god. She
I
drives
saw her
me
this
nuts.
morning. I'll probably see her again later tonight.
Wow. I can't believe you found someone that like wants to be around you all the time.
I can believe it. It's not that hard to comprehend.
I'm just kidding, Matthew.
Don't call me that. Where? Oh, I might have to bleep that one out. What about yours?
She said it earlier.
Your dating life?
What are you going to have to bleep out?
You calling me by my full name?
Oh, sorry.
I'm in
I don't want your
control.
government name.
I'm in control here. I can bleep whatever I want.
Okay.
Cody doesn't even look at the stuff afterwards.
I feel like if I don't want to say it, just don't say it, because then you'll have control over it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I signed my life away, so I'm like really trying to be on my P's and Q's
Yeah, I
here.
noticed you're using the cleanest language I've ever heard.
Yeah,
You
well,
said,
because
shoot and heck and gosh.
because I don't need that out there for the world. You can contort. You can contort anything that I say because I just signed my life away.
That's true, but do you believe that we're going to do that?
I would hope not.
That's not what I asked.
But it's smart of her just not
It
to
is
say it, because
smart.
then you can't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take the control
And like
away
I
from
want
us.
to be like a well-respected
And
person.
you will be known. Just so you know, we have full intentions of this being like a
This is going to
large
be the
deal.
first one to blow up. I promise you.
Okay, I hope so.
Isn't it crazy how much we care about what people think?
No, it's not that crazy.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it. Well, especially in the business world, you don't want something to tarnish your reputation.
Mhm.
So,
That's just who you are.
Yeah, some
So it
people
shouldn't
make their
matter.
reputation like, I do what I want, fuck this establishment, you know?
yeah, that's just not
I
me.
feel like a UFC fighter or something. That's what they do.
That's not, I'm not a UFC fighter, so.
Really?
Really?
I'm surprised.
Yeah, you are now. You signed that contract. Did you not read it?
Yeah, it's
Your first fight
No, I
next week.
actually read it.
We bought
Did
the Octagon thing out in the backyard. We're going to put you out there.
Who's my first opponent?
It's a gorilla.
Nice.
I think it should be Grace versus Grace.
Yeah. You can pick the other Grace.
She's taller than you, though, isn't she?
Which one?
I'm the shortest one, yeah. Out of all of them. I know which Grace I would pick, though.
To fight?
Yeah.
I bet I know which one you would fight because you might win that one.
Well, does it start with an L or an
That's
M?
the first one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah,
choose.
she seems like the least likely to beat your ass.
We
She's-
just laugh the whole time.
Yeah, she's too nice.
Yeah.
We would just laugh. I'm not too nice.
Well, she's nicer.
No.
Okay.
You've been making fun of us this
Yeah, that's
entire
right.
episode.
No,
You've been like,
I
Here's
haven't.
what you're doing wrong. Don't do this anymore. You're gonna fail.
No, I never once said you're going to fail. I literally said
You
when
said,
you're.
I'll be nice. This.
Yeah.
I'm being supportive.
It's not actually nice if you have to announce that you're being nice.
Well, it's just a little tough love. Has anybody else given you any type of criticism?
Yes.
We honestly
say?
haven't got as much as I figured we would. I figured we'd get a lot of criticism. Now, I'm sure they're all saying it behind our backs, but that's fine. It's fine. I would think somebody else was goofy if they were doing this too. But if it works out, it'll be great. If it doesn't,
I felt awkward the very
tried
first
it.
time we recorded. And
I could tell you guys were very nervous.
It was the first
The
time
first
I've
one,
ever
yeah.
been like on camera for more than 15 seconds probably.
Yeah, that's a long time.
We've done one that was over 2 hours. I forgot which one it was.
Joe Rogan does like 3-hour podcasts. I'm sorry, I could just never listen to that.
I listen to his all the time.
He's so smart. Like, he can just talk about anything forever.
I think, this is why we chose the name for this podcast, is because there are a lot of people who say things online without any kind of, and people take it for like exactly what they
for
say.
fact, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of people need to think about the things that they're accepting as fact more often. They shouldn't take everybody's word for it.
Yeah, that was one of the main things we were like, I'm not sure I want to do this, because 5 years down the road, I would probably disagree with what I say now.
Yeah, but I think that's just growth. Like, that's just normal.
Most people, you see that, like Kevin Hart, he got in big trouble for saying that stuff about the gay people like 10 years ago.
The gay people.
And that was Kevin Hart, he said that. and he got like ridiculed for it this year. It's like, I hate to say something now that I don't mean to be harmful in any way, and then 10 years down the road come bites you in the ass.
So it's not like a funny, don't take my word for it. It's like, no, seriously, like, don't hold me liable.
Yeah.
It's more like, I'm thinking of it more of a, if everybody didn't take I think just everybody needs to be a little bit more,
I think they should do their own research into
critically about things more often.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you just read an article, like the headline of an article for something, and not actually read it, and it sticks in your head as fact without actually reading who said that, why did they say that, where did they get that information,
Yeah.
And that's fake news.
There's something I was going to say. Oh, in one of my classes, it was all about thinking critically, like the first week. And then she brought out the infamous dress that was either blue or black, and then green or not green, gold and white. Mm-hmm. What color did you see the dress?
Gold and white.
What color did you see the dress?
He probably doesn't know what we're talking about.
I remember it, but I don't remember what's probably gold. That's sticking out in my mind, but I don't.
I think.
Okay, well, she showed it to us like the first time, and I was like, oh yeah, it's still gold and white. And then she showed it to us again, and I mean, she could have changed the picture, but it really wasn't, because it was on the same slide. She just went back to it, and I saw it blue and
How do you think
black.
that happened?
What's that got to do with critical thinking?
Well, I don't know. Just maybe like just not taking everything for face value.
Oh,
Gotcha. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
It applies to everything, so it's like self-branding, really.
Yeah. Okay, so we got on Matt's love life.
Mm-hmm.
How's your love life?
It's good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do tell. Elaborate, please.
Do you have any love interests?
Or like interests, or
I really don't want a girlfriend.
it's probably the washer he's got over there. These people couldn't hear
It's
us.
a ghost.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
Sorry, go ahead.
I really don't want a girlfriend.
That's fair. That's very valid.
Not right now, anyway.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Not that I don't want a girlfriend, but I don't want a boyfriend.
I just kind of like doing whatever I want to do whenever I want to. I'm not saying you can't do that with somebody, but just right now, there's not any super great options out there. So,
Yep.
I mean, there are, but not. Not right now, I guess.
No, it's a lot to like kind of always check in with someone all the time and be like, this is what I'm doing. What are you doing? Or like, you just kind of have to like intertwine lives, and that's just a lot of pressure. I just don't feel like doing all that work. This is going to make me sound so horrible. Like 3 years. But like, I'm still so young. I'm just not in any rush. You're taking it out.
We'll see. I mean, I did write it down, but you literally signed a legal document stating that you have no control over it.
If she wants it out, we'll take it out.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we just wanted to talk about it, because we want you to admit that we know you're lying. And it's okay.
That's funny, though.
You're allowed to make that decision. You're a grown-up.
Yeah, but not the whole world needs to know about it.
Know about what?
And yeah, anything about where I stayed and my whereabouts and what I did.
I don't think I've ever slept that well on a couch in jeans before in my life.
I froze. I think I had like your doormat or something.
Yeah, I had your dog. That was it. The little white one. It was like...
Yeah, his name's Merle.
He was like right
The
here.
little beagle?
Yeah. No, not the old one. The one that was like not decrepit.
What?
You have one that like doesn't get around very well.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the other one is the one that slept with me all night.
Yeah. Merle doesn't like me. He's a man's man. So, there's that.
You didn't have fun at that wedding?
No, I did.
I said it. Well, you sounded surprised when I said it was the most fun wedding I've ever been to.
Well, no, it was very fun. But do you mean like the wedding or like the after party?
The whole thing.
Really?
I like the whole thing.
It was just stressful being in the party, I think.
Sounds like you get stressed easily.
Stressful.
It was a lot.
Like a certain person was there,
No.
or just
No, because she had to be
Was that
an
str-
organizer. Help organize.
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Well, just like we had stayed up like every single night past 12, which I mean that doesn't sound super late, but I am a 9 o'clock go to bed person. So like staying up to like 12 or later, and we were just like trying to get all the last details together. So it was just a long week, and it was just like stressful, but it was fun.
I haven't seen. I don't think that's the last time we've seen you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Asia actually hit me up on Instagram.
Well, she's married, so I
no.
doubt she hit you up. So,
As in texted me whenever I had Morgan on my story. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy for you."
do I not follow you on
She's so
Instagram?
nice.
no, you deleted it, right?
No, that's TikTok.
It was a long time ago. Not that long ago. Probably 2 months ago. I don't know.
I'll have to see if I follow you.
Asia is the best person on Face
She
Planet.
Oh, she's so kind. She is.
She's gonna be a good mom.
Oh, she will, 100%. She will.
Do you have any
Wesley,
you wanna say
right?
To Asia, we can cut it up as a TikTok and send it to her.
No.
To the camera, zoomed in on your face.
No, I don't want to do all that.
Well, it's gonna.
I tell her how I feel.
We're gonna make TikToks. With
No,
this
that's
episode,
okay.
And you,
But I don't need to dedicate anything to her. She knows how I feel about her.
that's good enough. We're gonna send.
Your
This.
speech,
Okay.
your speech at the wedding was
Thank
good.
you. I thought it was really good. I thought it was the best one.
I know what you're trying to get at.
No, I thought it was really good. I thought it was the best
I don't know. There were
one.
some other good ones.
Yeah, sure. But mine was the best. I mean, I'll say that they were all good, but mine was the best.
I don't specifically remember. Actually, I really only remember the details of one.
That's really hurtful.
Well, negative things tend to stick out in people's minds better. I'm sure Asia remembers.
Well, I didn't say it was negative, but Matt did, so there's that.
What are you talking about?
What'd Matt do?
Negative things stick out easier, so you said it was negative.
Well, your speech.
My speech was not negative.
No, we're talking about somebody else's speech.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, and I'm just putting out there that I did not say it was negative, Matt did.
Okay.
I don't think it was negative.
No, it's just you. Never mind.
Mine was just very good.
Yeah, we liked it.
Yeah.
That
It was from the heart. It hit me
Are we gonna
literally.
be invited to yours whenever you get married?
I don't know.
In like 10 years or something?
I don't know. Not in a hateful way. Well, here's kind of think what I want to do if I ever get married. Maybe like a destination wedding for just like my bridal party, the groom's party. I don't know what that's actually called. And then like my family, the person's family, just like destination, and then come back and like have a really big party. So you guys would be invited to the party.
Like a after party.
Yeah.
deal?
Yeah.
A lot of
She's
people
saying
do
we're
that.
not going to be invited to Bora Bora, wherever her wedding is going to
Well, I don't know if it'll be like that
What if we just flew there?
crazy.
Because by then we'll have enough money. What if we just showed up?
Well, then I guess you'd be there. I mean, I guess, but
Maybe we'll pay for it. It'll be on
for
the
my
podcast.
wedding?
Yeah, as long as we do record the whole thing and post it on the podcast.
No, I don't want that.
Okay.
Too bad you signed an agreement. So.
Well, not just for one episode, not for the whole
No,
entire
that's-
thing.
That's not
It
what I said.
doesn't specify length of time or anything like that.
Okay, well, it also did not specify that you got to record my fake wedding, so.
It didn't say we couldn't. That means that any audio or video of you we can use.
God, no.
In fact, I probably have some. I think I was
No.
scrolling and I found the other day when me, you, and Jeremy, and I don't know if you were there or not, we went to Texas Roadhouse and you had like a box on your head.
Oh, that's on
Oh.
par.
Singing really loud. I don't
Yeah,
forgot
that's
about
on
that.
par. Don't make a TikTok of that.
know.
I did not sign that
I don't
away.
know. That might do well.
I don't know. Nobody is going to
I did not sign that away.
I don't think. Everybody else will be like, what the fuck is this?
What is wrong with this girl? And you're like, yeah, that's just her.
Well, Grace, you better get to your Chiefs game. It looks like so.
Starts in 2 minutes.
It starts in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's okay. I mean, if you guys need more content, unless you're done with me,
Or if you got more things to say.
I don't know. Does
Yeah, do
anybody
you have
else?
any more? I like hearing criticisms or questions you're going to ask us in your, that you're thinking about asking us in your takeover.
Well, I can't tell you all of that. Like,
That's because they don't exist.
no, it does. There's 3 whole bullet points.
Are you the only one who's doing any thought about this, or the other?
No, I don't
girls
think
just
they've
gonna
really
show
put that
up?
much thought into it.
Exactly, because that's how it goes.
No.
There's 3 bullet points.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
you must
even
really
4.
be
I think
doing
there's
something
4.
wrong.
I think there's 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's the structure of these? Are they like criticisms? Or are they just
No, they're
general
not criticisms.
questions?
They're just like general questions. Like some of them are about you. I don't know if any of your other podcasts really deep dived into your guys' life, so some of them were just about you.
I think it's kind of fun for us to have somebody else on to talk about these kind of things so far.
Okay, well, you know what? All the things on the agenda were my idea. I'm sorry, friends. So I'm just going to ask you some of the questions. Because they were mine originally, but we can think of more. Apologize to my friends.
They're not watching this.
I know, but they might.
Or is it just you?
No, we did a watch party.
Of which one?
The one with Kendall.
You did it at Sherry's house?
Just
No.
because of Kendall?
We did it, well, I don't know. I showed up. I didn't know there was a watch party. I just showed up and then they were watching it. But it was on YouTube, on the TV. So.
Hank broke my TV the other day.
Nice. Okay, anyway, back to one of my questions
Yeah.
was, what made you two decide that you wanted to travel the world?
Like in
Or I guess
August?
the United States, yeah.
In August, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh. That's...
Like whenever you guys went on your...
Well, basically...
got rid of the house, bought new cars, you're
basically
traveling.
Because one day, much sooner than you think, you're going to die. Way sooner than you plan on it. And there's a lot of things to see out there that are, I don't know, that are worth seeing, I think. To experience as many things as possible. You might die in 2 years. You never know. So might as well do as much as you can now. Not when you're old and can barely do it.
Fair. Is that the same thoughts that went through your head?
This is going to sound weird. The market was in a really good spot for me to exit my business. So I just bought a whole bunch of new equipment. Like the past 2 years, I had new skid steer, a couple new trucks, new tractor and stuff. And everything had went up in value. And that's like the only time ever you can sell new equipment and make money on it. So I was able to sell everything, make a decent profit on it. And same thing, I was like, man, I'd love to go see some of the stuff. And it was just kind of a good time to go do it. But it didn't go as planned.
Yeah.
But we definitely got to see some good stuff. Like we went to California for a little while. I hated it.
Yeah,
So
living there wasn't that good, but we did like see 6 more national parks that I hadn't seen before. So
How long did you guys live there?
A month.
a month,
Mine
and then
was
we
3
went to
originally.
yeah. And then I was going to go to Hawaii, but honestly, I've been to Hawaii twice. I just really don't like it all that much.
I ran out of money. That's why we came home. But also, I like it here. I think now mine is a little bit clearer. I would like to live here and then be able to travel wherever you want, whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But still live here. I like it around here.
That's fair.
Not Billings particularly, but
And I didn't realize like how much I like to be busy. Whenever
I
I sold everything and then I could just
yeah.
like go play, I was
It's
so
a lot
bored.
of effort to like keep yourself busy by like doing things other than work.
mhm.
Like I get bored so fast if I'm like not at
that's
work.
a sign of some people posit, is that the right word? That to be a sign of intelligence. People who get bored easily.
Oh, I do.
Because mundane.
I don't know what my problem is.
Well, see, I love free time. I do not mind just hanging out.
Oh no,
I like being
can't do
on
that.
the move. Like once I'm there and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I gotta go to the next place or go somewhere like that.
My number one thing that I know that makes me feel the most happy is when I know that I am not responsible for anything else anybody's going to be telling me to do. So if I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, whether it is work or not, if I'm the one choosing to do it and nobody's telling me to do it, that's what makes me feel the happiest. Even if it's a job, I think even if it's something that I would love doing right now, if somebody was telling me to do it, I wouldn't like it as much.
So if someone told you to start this podcast, you'd be like, I'm not doing it.
Because you have to, follow their own rules and times tables and stuff. Like, I like welding, but I did not like doing it for a job.
Have you ever thought about just doing it on your own?
No, because that's... I mean, I also don't like manual labor because I'm lazy. And there are a lot of other ways to make money.
This is... If this works. This is a way to where you can...
Well, you have to have that. You have to have that mindset.
But
when it works.
We're doing the critical thinking right now.
Okay.
If this works, I'm going to buy a plane this year. And we'll all be able to go travel to these cool-ass places.
He said we, so that means I'm invited.
Sure.
Nice.
as long as you pay. No.
Yeah, these plane tickets are more expensive than like Allegiant or Frontier.
But we'll get to go travel to these cool places. You get to talk into a freaking mic, get paid for it, and you can be busy doing it and still building something.
And
that's kind of
we're just doing it whenever we want to and however we want to. Mm-hmm. That's this kind of a unique thing that, 20 years ago wasn't an option,
Yeah.
And like in a
Even
normal,
like I feel like 7 years ago, like podcasts wasn't like they weren't a really big deal.
Yeah, like 2010, I would say a lot of podcasts started gaining traction.
So 11 years ago. Oh my gosh, 13 years ago. I'm still stuck in 2021, excuse me.
It feels, we were just saying today, it could totally be 2019 right now, and I would not even know the difference.
Oh yeah, same.
But in most businesses, you have to have like a ton of overhead to make money. And also, like, the only risk we have in this is we did this and we really embarrassed ourselves. Like, that's the...
Embarrassed.
No, I don't either. But...
Should we?
No.
No.
I don't like how long it took her to say that.
It didn't matter either way. But you can do this, have hardly no overhead, and kind of get to go do some cool stuff. So it's worth a shot.
That's fair.
You'll all be laughing whenever we're raking it in.
Did I get any profit from this episode?
No, it literally...
You didn't read that at all.
Oh, well, I read it, but I forgot.
It said, you will not receive any compensation.
Oh, well, that's fine. I guess you're welcome if this blows up.
Thank you.
What was your next question?
Yeah, you said you had maybe 4 bullet points.
Well, no, that's one bullet point. There's other questions with that one question.
So it's like 1A, 1B, 1C type of
thing. No, I didn't do all that. I just did a colon and then other things. So what was the best place you guys saw?
Grand Teton National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's the best place in the world.
Yeah, it really is.
And we've talked about this on the podcast. I think every episode, probably. I am obsessed with that place. It's in Wyoming. It's the most beautiful place that exists.
You just don't even have words to describe it.
Beautiful.
Don't go unless you're going to go with people that are going to hike.
Yeah.
If you're just driving around, it's going to suck. Because you can't
if
really
you want
get
to just drive around,
anything.
go to Yosemite. That park you can drive through and see really cool things. But Grand Teton, we did the 20-mile hike and got to see like real amazing things.
It's so secluded, like you have to hike up there to see anything. Like there's freaking waterfalls and lakes and stuff up in the mountains. It's awesome.
Bears and moose and wolves and all kinds of shit are there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you encounter any?
No wolves, but the other things, yes.
Were you scared?
About the moose a little bit.
But not the bear?
Actually, after the fact, I remember...
The bear was small.
Well, it was a black bear and it had a cub. And
just a small bear.
That's not exactly true.
Remember how it started walking? Like, it was looking our way and kind of started walking. And we were like, all right, we should go.
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking kind of fast. And I was a little nervous. You were behind me. And then there was like a lizard or something that skittered around in the bush. And you jumped. And in my mind, I was like, that bear's coming. I jumped and twisted around so fast. I got like a cramp in my back. Because I thought the bear was running after us. And then the moose, we walked around the corner of this trail. We had probably gone 18 and a half, 19 miles, and we were ready to be done. And there was a moose. We come around this corner, and it was like the distance to that like hose thing out there, probably. You see that?
Yeah.
That's where the moose was, just in the trail. And we sat there for like 30 minutes waiting for it to go, and it like didn't move. There was actually 2 of them. And so we had to go through the woods like around it because it was just in the middle of the path.
Wow.
I think a lot of it was just like the mood you're in whenever you're there too. Like the weather was perfect, and it was, I don't know, it was just kind of something we wanted to see for a long time. There's a lot of awesome parks out there though.
Yeah, that one is right next to Yellowstone, and Yellowstone gets talked about all the time. But Grand Teton was way better than Yellowstone.
Wow.
You should go there.
I'll try.
Right now, we were talking about going there just like 2 days ago, and right now they're in like a winter storm where they said they're going to get 5 feet of snow.
That sounds horrible. Sorry.
But we went like the beginning of September, and it was perfect weather.
Okay, I'll remember that. What was the worst place you guys went to?
Well, I went to someplace separate that I think is the worst national park in the country. Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that's fair. I never actually went there.
I know you said you talked about going.
Well, I went to Hot Springs, but I didn't actually... I wasn't feeling hiking it or anything.
It's like Branson, but worse. But way worse.
Like the worst park or the worst trip?
Just like the worst part of your trip, or
we've been
the
on
worst thing
lots
that
of
you
different
saw.
trips.
The time we went to
Well,
Tampa.
I'm
sucked.
talking about whenever you guys went and you just left everything.
Oh, well, that wasn't when we didn't go to Green Teton on that
Oh
trip.
my gosh. You ruined my question. I was piggybacking off my first one. That's fine, whatever. Okay, fine. Then just in general, like what's
Worst
the
travels
worst?
that we
Yeah, worst travel, or you already said the worst place you already saw. What was the worst place you saw?
We just decided to go to Tampa one day. Like, it was our flight left in like an hour. I didn't even have time to wash my clothes. I threw all my dirty clothes in like a Walmart sack and got on the plane, and washed them down there. But we just like left. We got to Tampa and it rained the entire time we were there.
Oh, gosh.
And he got sunburnt real bad.
Oh, yeah, that was the worst summer I've ever had in my life. That was in Clearwater there.
Have you guys had any like bad travels, like with planes and things, like flights getting delayed, layovers missed?
New York, that one time the flight got delayed.
And then whenever us two and Kendall went snowboarding last January, we went to Keystone, and we woke up in the morning, like we left the ski resort was like an hour away from the airport, and we left 4 hours early and missed the plane because there was like a blizzard and they closed the interstate, and we had to go like way out of the way and missed the plane by like 5 minutes. It was still there.
Sucks.
The gate was closed and they wouldn't let us through. And we would have made it had Cody not wanted
helped an old lady.
got out to help a person who was like their van kept sliding in the snow like over and over and over again, and took a wrong turn.
Some people would call that a hero.
So basically screw you for being a nice guy.
Yeah.
It didn't help. And also he took a wrong turn once too. So
the plane was still sitting
Like
there and they would not let us
like
get on
less
it.
than 5 minutes ago they probably
And then I had to buy everybody plane tickets again.
Yeah, and to a different city. We had to fly into Tulsa instead, and then take a U-Haul from Tulsa to Fayetteville, where his truck was parked at. And I remember it was freezing in Tulsa. Remember that?
That trip cost me $3,500 and we were there for 2 days.
Ski? Did you?
I've heard skiing is really expensive.
It was
We
expensive.
went
Yeah.
snowboarding, though.
Well, I think it's all the same.
Kendall was the best out of the three of us at the snowboarding.
Mhm.
I was the second. He was the worst.
Really?
I figured since I could walk, or
I was going to say, since you can
Wakeboard?
wakeboard.
Yeah. Kendall can't. And I was actually nervous. I was like, yeah, he's not going to enjoy this. Kendall goes right down the hill, and I couldn't do it.
I fell a lot. It hurt, but it was fun.
We only went one time, and I walked halfway down.
Yeah, it was a
I took a
3.5
fucking
mile.
walk.
Yeah, 3.5 mile like downhill slope, and we just did it once and didn't do it again.
Have you ever done it?
No, I would want to.
The snow is not soft at all. It's like
Well,
concrete.
I would say it's
Skiing.
compacted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should. I think next time I want to ski instead.
I've
I
heard
hear
skiing
everybody
is
say
easier.
Yeah.
because I didn't see anybody on skis falling. I only saw people on snowboards falling.
Yeah, because like with skis, at least you could push yourself to go. Snowboard, you're like, I don't know. You had to have one leg out of
The
the
whole
thing.
time you're more like worried about going too fast. The whole time with
Yeah.
snowboard, you're trying to not, because if you point your board straight down, you're just gonna fucking go. See, the whole time I spent like constantly trying to go sideways so that I would not,
Oh.
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, do that really wears out your legs.
Didn't you say you could only do it backwards? Like
Yeah.
you were, I was facing downhill. You were down the other way. That sounds weird.
Yeah. So like if
You were skiing backwards.
like if you had your leg like that,
Uh-huh.
that's what I was doing. I was like mountains like this. I was going.
And I was doing that, but facing downhill.
Yeah.
Problem is, if you accidentally put your toes forward just a little bit too much when you're going downhill, you just immediately there's
Face
no warning,
plant.
and your face is.
Yeah.
You would have slammed the back of your head into the ground.
I did multiple times. Multiple times.
So when we first got up there, the very top of the mountain had like a practice area that we were like trying to get it on, and I fucking fell, racked my head so hard, I was like seeing stars, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. And it was blizzarding while we were up there. And him and Kendall were just like, we don't have it figured out, but we're just going to go. And they just took off down the mountain. I was like, oh God. And I just went after them. But, you know, didn't you say some lady broke her neck while we were there?
Oh, heck no.
There was like, what is it? The green's easy and the black's
Really
hard.
hard, yeah.
I was over here.
Here's on
I
the
had
bunny
fell down or
slopes.
something. Yeah, I was like laying there, and this lady comes like barreling off this hill and just like and right next to me, and I'm like, and her people that are with her are like, oh my god, and they like called, and the snowmobile ambulance guy come and like picked her up, and their neck was all, they had her in like a brace and put her on the deal on the stretcher. Yeah, it's dangerous.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
It was like in a blizzard, and I did not feel uncomfortable at all. They have really good gear they have you wear. Keeps you warm.
Oh yeah, I have heard that.
And the ski lift deal, that almost kills you too. Because it doesn't stop.
It's way faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And you're really high in the air whenever you're actually going down it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying. I don't really like heights.
And you're just hanging. Your snowboard is like attached to your feet.
5-foot long board stuck to your foot, and this thing's going around. You're like trying to level out to it.
Yeah, and then you try to. It comes up and scoops you under your legs, and then you're going, and you're like up 100 feet off the ground in the stupid lift, and it's going, and you have one of your feet out of the snowboard so that you can walk, and the other one's strapped in, and it's like pulling your leg down, just dangling, nothing underneath you.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
And then whenever you're coming in, you have to somehow like push yourself off of it. That way it didn't run you over.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll just push you along and you'll go back down.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It'd be fun to be good at, though.
I would go
sure.
again.
Yeah, I would too.
This is why we want to make a lot of money. Because I want to be able to do these things as soon as you have the idea to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have any plans on doing that at some point in your life?
To just get up and go anytime I want to go.
To be able to financially afford that.
Yeah, but I'm more of like a planner, so I don't know if just going on a whim would be
How
great
far
for me.
would you have to plan a trip like that?
Like a month.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because like I'm not my own boss, and like I said, I don't know a business that I would actually want to start and be my own boss.
Hypothetically, if you had the money to go,
yeah,
would you just
Let's
go?
say you had $1 million
and all
in
of
the
my
bank right
things
now.
lined up, like where I was my own boss. I didn't have anybody to call to.
Not even
Like
that.
you won the lottery and you didn't have a job, or you didn't need to have a job.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I would go all the time.
Without planning.
Yeah, without planning.
Right now, if you had the thought,
Yeah,
like,
if
I want some food in Paris right now, you'd go for dinner right now and fly home. I think that'd be cool to do.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. I thought like just we were keeping all the things, like all the external variables.
No, we're
into
talking
this
about
equation.
if you had all the things you want, and would you still be this much of a planner?
No.
Because that means your planning is only because of the constraints that your life is in right now.
Wow, that's deep.
Is it?
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, that means what you think is your personality is actually just a result of your situation.
But I think that is normal.
True.
Maybe.
Like, you know.
Why am I the only one wearing sunglasses now?
Because you just
Mine
want
have
to.
a giant scratch in them. I don't know how I just put on there.
Oh, I do see that.
See it? How did I do
Flip
that?
it on the other side and you can see it better.
Can you guys
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah, it's like, see it? Right?
Oh,
Smiley
I just
face.
realized why we need to do it in the closet. Because I can't have my thing up right here anymore. It's not going to look the same.
You put it on
You
our
guys do
forehead
it in
or
the
something.
closet?
We did.
It's a podcast.
Yes, we recorded an episode of this podcast in the closet.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
If you're going to go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh, shoot.
Right now.
Well, not right now. Just anywhere in the world.
You're so bad at hypothetical situations.
I don't know, like Greece. That'd
Why?
be kind of cool.
Santorini.
It just looks really pretty. Like all the old buildings and like the history, it just looks pretty.
Why is that a girl's dream?
Greece.
Paris and Greece.
I
Why
don't
is
really
that
care to
a-
go to Paris. I've heard it's dirty and the people are mean. Sorry if anybody in Paris ever listens
sounds
to
like-
this.
It sounds like Billings, Missouri. It's dirty.
Stop telling people where we are.
I didn't say we were there. I just said it sounds like Billings.
That's a good point.
You've mentioned it like 4 times. I think anybody with a brain would get the hint.
Did I tell you? Yeah, I did. I bought the tickets to the Crystalia show that you told me. You were the one who told me about it first.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to in like March, beginning of March.
I've heard he's had a lot of scandals.
Mm-hmm. But he's still funny.
Well,
I listen
I
to
don't
his
support
podcast all the
that.
time.
It's good for you. I don't support that.
Then why did you tell me? You literally.
I didn't know all the bad things. I didn't know all the bad
Who
things.
says they're bad?
Raping kids?
Who said
Yeah.
raping kids?
That's kind of bad.
Nobody said no.
That's like the controversies
kids.
going on.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
I thought that was the whole thing. That's why he got kicked off.
No,
Why was it then?
it wasn't raping kids.
Well, let's Google it.
Now
I'm
he was
pretty
in a
sure it
TV
was.
show where he played somebody who raped a kid. Maybe
And you
that's
said
what he
that's ironic because that's what he was actually doing.
did. No,
That is what you said.
no. He I don't know the details of it, but I don't think it had anything to do with minors at all.
Let's Google it. I think.
Then what was the?
We don't have Wi-Fi.
What was the problem?
Yeah, we don't.
He's not going to get kicked off for cheating on his wife.
But he did cheat on his wife.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
kids.
so-
And he didn't kicked off of anything. Just people got mad at him online.
For what? Why were they
I
mad?
think he was messaging underage girls. I think.
No, it wasn't underage.
Was
I
he
think it was-
grooming?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
My phone's dead, so I'm not looking up now. But
I'm
I'm gonna send it to you.
Joke's on you. He made money because you told me about it.
well, yeah, and I hate that. I didn't know that at the time that I sent it to you. Or I would not have sent it.
Are you afraid you're going to like meet him or something and you don't want to talk shit on him?
No, I'm just saying.
He's gonna listen to this podcast.
I literally don't remember the details of what.
Well, I don't
exactly
remember
he was
the
accused
details.
of, but I don't think it's what you're saying. That's all.
Pretty sure it is.
Maybe
Why
your
do you think
listeners
that?
should tell us.
Okay,
We should interact with them.
I would like to.
We're almost to be able to go live, so.
And being live makes it easy.
That way we can have this whole group of people just go.
Yeah,
Tell
they
us
can be
what you're
hateful.
gonna
Yeah.
Some people like that though. They thrive
Yeah,
off
if it's
telling
nice.
haters off.
Oh, are you guys gonna tell your haters off?
I don't know.
That seems
Depends what they
controversial.
say. That's what you're supposed to be.
Controversial things Sometimes make money. They get attention.
Yeah, they can make or break, but there's a lot of cancel culture right now, so just be careful.
You only get canceled if you let them cancel you. Really, like they can't tell. They can't. That's the
Yeah,
beauty
but they
of
can
it.
take away all like your supporters can stop supporting you. I mean, yeah, you can still do it, but if the
But
world
there's
decides
always
to
gonna be, if
cancel
there's people
you,
who like you enough, they won't. Just like how I'm sitting here saying, I don't care. I still bought Crystalia's tickets. There will be people like that for everybody.
yeah, that's fine. But do you think your 700 people will support you if you have a big scandal right now?
I don't see how I could have a big scandal.
Well, I'm just saying, like, obviously, yeah, the more famous you are and the more, like, followers you have, it's easier to get past cancel culture.
I'm not sure that even
i.e.
works.
Balenciaga.
What about it?
You guys didn't hear about that?
She must have really been canceled
Is
because
that a girl?
No, it's a brand.
I know
Yep.
that it's like a fancy clothing thing. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
Yeah, well, they had a scandal, but I'm not going to get into it.
like the Liver King,
I've noticed
he's fine.
you thrive off of
Don't say that about me. I do not. I just listen and I'm in the know.
because you enjoy it.
No.
You're only in the know for things that you want to know about.
No, they're on my podcast that I listen to.
You choose to listen to them.
Well, I like them because one of my podcasts always does front page news every week. And that
That's front
keeps
page
me in the
news?
nose. Yeah. Yeah.
I listen to all comedy or science podcasts. Those are all I listen to. What would you say is your genres of podcasts?
I guess you could say health and wellness, but it's like really,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You're supposed to tell us about your health and wellness.
I don't know. I did. I told you about my routine in the morning. That's pretty healthy and wellness.
It looks like you got all the girls in that now, don't you? In your class?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Carson actually signed up full
Name
time.
drop.
Stop. We've already talked about
Oh
her.
my gosh.
I didn't say her last name.
Morgan goes to this thing. She calls it booty yoga. It's like right down the street on Republic Road.
Is it like sweat?
Yeah, the place right by the Roost. Like a yoga place. I mean. I don't know anything about it. She just said she goes there and she likes it.
Well, yeah.
She
Yeah.
joins you at 4 o'clock in the morning?
No. She's an afternooner, but I can't go. Well, I could go. Well, and I guess it's evening. But I could go in the evening, but it's just really hard for me because once I get off work, then I'm like, I have like 2 hours of schoolwork I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I go work out first, then I don't get home by 7. And then it's like 9 o'clock before I'm even done with homework. It's just a whole thing, and I don't like going to bed late.
Gotcha.
So I'd just rather wake up and get it done with in the morning and then have, I don't know, I'm a morning person. I'd rather have my days be long because I got up early than days be long because I stayed up late.
Didn't she do like dance classes or something?
Yeah.
She teaches them, right?
She used to, yeah.
Oh.
She doesn't anymore.
No.
Maybe we can have a Kendall and Carson episode.
I'm sure that'd be great.
See how they integrate. I mean, how they interact with each other.
We've
on
never-
camera.
We just don't hang out with them outside of work, though. We've never like seen Kendall and Carson really together.
Yeah, they're not. They don't. We don't see how they interact that often.
Oh.
Probably shouldn't talk about this on the podcast, but
You guys can have them on here.
maybe.
Did Kendall have any negative comments about being on the episode?
No, not that I was aware of.
He told me you'd never listen to it because he didn't want to hear himself talk.
Yeah, I hate hearing.
I do too.
I heard somebody talk about why most people don't like how their voice sounds in recording, it's because it's how it sounds to everybody else, but it's not how it sounds to you because your ears are like behind where your mouth is, and it sounds like you're probably going to hate hearing this.
Well, no, I've listened to myself talk before, like on recording, so.
What about for an hour and 23 minutes straight?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I could listen to this episode.
Why?
I don't know. I just already know what happened.
But you
and like I'm kind of sick, so I probably sound like stuffy and weird.
And you came here.
I'm not like super sick. I got my
studio.
flu shot, and so it's just making me feel gross.
So you're not against vaccines?
Well, I would not recommend the flu shot to anybody after how I felt. I'll say that.
So you don't think vaccines cause autism?
I don't know. I haven't done enough research. I'm not getting into it.
Yeah, they don't cause autism.
I haven't done research on it, so.
That's.
I didn't have a choice whenever I was getting vaccinated as a child, so, I got them all.
But now you have a choice.
Yeah. And I thought the flu vaccine would be
I'm
good.
I'm just pressing buttons. I think it's a good idea to get your flu shot, probably.
Why was everybody doing such a big thing about the COVID deal with mandatory vaccines? Because they already do that in school. Like, whenever we were in 8th grade, we had to get some kind of a tetanus shot or something.
What people were worried about is that they were worried that the COVID vaccine was made too hastily and wasn't tested properly. But I trust that it was. It didn't really bother me.
I mean, I don't have it, but I just didn't know
got it, and it didn't bother me at all.
The big thing was they were making you do it. Like, the school already did that.
They were worried at that they're saying it was something bad was going to happen because it was made quicker than what a lot of other vaccines are. Mm-hmm. But I think that's because they literally invented a way to make them faster during COVID. That's why it was so much different than in the past.
I don't have anything against it. I mean, I don't have it, but I wouldn't. If I had to get it, it would be
I wouldn't got it just cause and didn't even feel sick after it at all.
But I could see that they did rush it. I could see that. Yeah. I could see that side of the argument,
but I could also see why they did, because people.
You ever seen I Am Legend?
Problem. Yeah. You mean a movie?
Mm-hmm.
About zombies?
About the truth?
It's not the truth.
It could be.
One person survived. That just doesn't make any sense.
Well, he didn't take the vaccine?
No, he didn't.
Right?
Yeah, he did.
Or was he just immune to it or something?
Immune.
And he's like a super scientist dude, so that helps.
How lucky.
Yeah.
How convenient. Yeah. And he's like a movie star. He's Will Smith. If the one person who survived was Will Smith.
That movie used to scare the crap out of me when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. That and The Blob.
The what?
The Blob.
I've never seen that.
It's an old horror movie, right?
It's like this pink blob. And he was he'd suck you through the sink and stuff.
What about the Bigfoot movie? The horror Bigfoot movie that you said you saw Stacy watching?
That one still gets me.
Describe it.
Who's Stacy?
His stepdad.
Oh. I thought it was going to be something more interesting.
Oh. I think I'd be dating a Stacy. That's going to be like a 40-year-old woman.
Stacy's mom has got...
What's the youngest Stacy you know?
I don't know any.
I know one Stacy.
Who?
I can't tell you.
Is it some of your age?
How old is she?
No, she's not my age.
Older or younger?
Older.
Oh. Significantly?
She's for sure old enough to be my mom.
See?
So what?
What was it? Okay. Yeah, this Bigfoot. He was... They were in this cabin in the woods, of course, because Bigfoot was there. But he drug this girl out and basically ate her whole middle out.
Mm.
She had just a little string kind of holding her together. And they were in this cave. And then, it grabbed her and yanked her in. That really got to me there. Scare me?
You didn't describe it as well as I think what you had before.
He's trying to keep it PG for the pod.
This isn't a PG pod.
Okay.
I've never promoted myself as being a really good storyteller either. But also, they were later on in the movie, they had one of the Bigfoots and they were fighting him or something.
So there were multiple Bigfoots.
A bunch of them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the controversy. Some people think, is Bigfoot just one anomaly, or is Bigfoot a species that lives all over the world?
Sorry to interrupt your story. That just caught me off guard.
They're in this granny car and they smash him up against a tree. And he's hurt. They just keep backing up into him and stuff. And then the first time you see a bunch of them, they all gang up on him.
That part might freak me out.
He's in the car and he's hitting him, and then on the side of his car, there's looking in there. It's
and you said you just caught a glimpse of this when you were a kid. You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
The movie.
Yeah, this was me walking in and get a glass of milk or something.
You were horrified watching it. Watching it. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was afraid of aliens so bad.
Do you think they're real now?
Oh, I know that. Well, I don't know.
I know.
I think they're real. I am not as scared of them as I was when I was a kid. I remember one of my older sisters, one of my older sister's boyfriends found out that I was like, had a little fear of aliens. And it was like a morbid curiosity. I loved to watch like the History Channel, like documentary things about finding aliens, and they just scared me, but I still loved to watch them. But he made me watch this thing that was like, you know, Blair Witch Project, that horror movie
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
It's like made to look like a camera that's like Cloverfield. It's made to look like that, like it's a documentary that somebody filmed on their camera. It's like that about like this family that some aliens like landed outside their house, and he made me think it was real. He convinced me that it was real, and it scared the shit out of me. And I have this image where I remember it was like nighttime, and they're like scared about something. They pan over to the window, and it's nighttime, and there's just like this white like shape outside the window, and it scared the shit out of me so bad. And I used to have nightmares about aliens all the time.
Wow.
What's the alien movie that's like really cheesy? They got the big brains, and whenever the music plays, they like blow up.
Megamind?
No.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. There's some really cheesy like 80s alien movie, and it freaked me out when I was a kid too.
I've never heard of that one. What about you?
Somebody would know what I'm talking about.
What were you scared of when you were a child? And are you still scared of it?
I guess I didn't like the dark. Like, I was scared of the dark.
I think everybody was when they were a kid.
Yeah, it was just creepy, but no, I'm not scared of it anymore.
Did you ever find any, did you ever do anything weird because of being scared of the dark?
Oh, I just slept with my TV on.
Oh, I never liked that.
Yeah, I don't recommend it anymore now that I'm not scared of the dark. I can sleep with my TV off, and I sleep much better, but...
I sleep best in absolute darkness and silence.
Oh, I'm a rain noise girl.
Do you have a
every night? Yeah,
noise thing?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just on my phone.
I think I told Cody this. When I was a kid, I remember I was afraid of the dark, and I had to go take the trash out. Did I tell you this?
Yeah.
And I was like, we live in this house where like the front door is here, and you walk all the way around the house to where the trash cans are, like at the front of the driveway. And I didn't want to do that. It was nighttime. And so we had like bushes right in front of the house, and I'd run out there and I'd hide the trash in the bushes and run back inside. And then in the morning when I'd go to school, come out and get the trash bags and take them to the trash can so that I wouldn't get in trouble for doing it.
That gives me like the same vibe of like running up the stairs really, really fast after you turned off the lights at the bottom.
Yeah. You think you can run faster than the dark?
Yeah. I think everybody did.
I didn't live in a 2-story house.
Well.
Not all of us can be that blessed.
I didn't. Well, okay.
That house
whatever.
was a 2-story house.
Your mom's house seems like it could be haunted.
Oh, no. There was one time, I'm not kidding. This is actual facts.
Is it?
Take my word for this. It was just me and my mom there, and my room was upstairs, and then my mom's room was downstairs, and I was like already asleep in bed, and then I thought my mom was downstairs, and I thought she was like going through the cabinets. And so whatever, I was like, what the heck is she looking for? I fell asleep. I come downstairs the next morning, and my mom's like, what were you doing in the cabinets last night? And I was like, girlfriend. No, like, I thought that was you. And she was like, no, I thought that was you. And so we both heard these cabinets slamming, and...
Could have been a raccoon.
In the house, Matt.
Burn it down.
No, yeah, 100%. It was scary.
An intruder in the house. When I was a kid, we lived in these shady-ass apartments, and the apartment, for some reason, had 2 doors, exterior doors. One, like, in the living room, like what a normal, and the one in my bedroom also went to the outside.
Oh, heck no.
And there was somebody who, while I was asleep, opened the door of the apartment, walked past my bed into the kitchen, and he was somebody who had some sort of mental ailment and was like, had a caregiver that lived in the apartments. And he went into the kitchen, ate shredded cheese, and drank coffee creamer out of our fridge. And then I woke up to my dad screaming at him, but the door was open in my bedroom, and he had come right past my bed. And he did it twice. He did it later on when me and my sister were just sitting there watching a movie on the couch, and we look over, and this dude just walks right past us into the kitchen and is eating the shredded cheese out of the fridge.
You guys must have had like the best brand of shredded cheese or something.
Who knows how many other apartments he hit up.
That's horrifying.
And now I locked every door.
Oh, could you imagine somebody just walking into your house?
No, I would be terrified.
Yeah, I was probably in like 7th.
Did you hide under the covers or anything? You just
I
watched?
was asleep while I didn't wake up to him being in the house or to him being in my room. I woke up to him being my dad yelling at him when he was in the kitchen. But
when your door was open.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you would have woke up and he's like just sitting there staring
Oh
at you?
my
or
gosh,
something?
no, I would
I'm gonna piss my
cry.
pants off. I don't know.
That'd be terrifying.
I was like probably
Just some creepy dude drinking coffee creamer looking at you and like, oh
Yeah,
no.
and if I remember right, he had like a wooden, like not wood, but like a little spoons, like a soup spoon. He was just like holding around, carrying with him.
Just tweaking?
I guess, but he was like mentally something wrong with him. I don't know.
That's Sacramento for you.
It was.
There's so many homeless people there.
It wasn't a homeless guy.
Well, you might be now.
Maybe that's true.
That's terrifying.
Now I just lock every door because you never know.
Yeah. Yep, that would be creepy.
Do you lock your doors?
Yeah, we do. We lock
have
all of
multiple guns,
them.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have any guns?
I don't personally know.
Do you have anything against them?
No.
We like to bring up people's controversial opinions on this podcast.
Oh, that's fine.
Do you have any?
What do you think about abortion?
Ooh.
Really? That's where we want to go?
Yep.
Depending on
This
how you
just
answer, if
gets
it aligns
me-
with our feelings.
No, this just gets me
How do you feel
riled
about
up.
Okay.
I think that it is a right. Like, I think that they're, like, the overturn of Roe vs. Wade is, it's a hate crime, really.
Okay.
Against women. Like, it really fires me up.
Okay.
And so I am just pro-choice. Like, I believe that anybody has the right to choose.
Okay.
No, like, do I 100% support it if, like, you're having 10 abortions in 1 year? No, I don't necessarily. Again, Matt, really, it's just like
I
like,
love to find where people's opinions really lie.
I don't
Well,
know.
that too.
I don't know the number. I mean, I just think like there are so many other forms of birth control and contraceptive out there. Like, you know, I don't think getting an astronomical amount of abortions is okay, but like circumstantial things, yes.
I thought you were going to say circumcision.
No.
See, I'm right in the middle.
I just think
can
it's
see
everybody's
as-
choice.
I can see it as killing a kid, but you should also be able to do what you want with your own body. That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I
I-
wouldn't
like,
vote on it because I'm like,
I think that Roe vs. Wade being overturned was pretty atrocious.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I cried
backwards
about
as
it.
fuck.
I cried about
You're not
it.
the only one.
I was so upset.
But I do think that they're probably alive. I mean, they are alive. Whether or not they can be considered human, that's up for debate. Who fucking knows? It doesn't bother me. I mean, pro-choice really is what you should be. I mean,
Yeah, and
able to-
I don't
you should be able
know.
to choose.
And it could just be like really bad circumstances too. Like incestual, like that child should not have to be born. Or I'm sorry, if they're 13, like if a 13-year-old walked into an adoption clinic and said, "Hey, I want to adopt a baby," they'd be like, "You're not financially stable. You don't have your own house.
Mhm.
You're a kid. You're mental, like it's not, you're mentally like not developed enough." Like they wouldn't allow a 13-year-old to come in and adopt a baby. So why are they going to force a 13-year-old to have
I
one?
don't know.
well, and the crazy thing is, like, abortion's illegal, but Plan B is still a thing that you can just buy on the counter.
Because that
Like,
only works on a
72
implanted-
hours.
on an implanted like an embryo. That means fertilization has already happened. That's what it's
well, that's
for.
the same thing.
Exactly. At what point, yeah. Because lawmakers have to think about the boundaries. Is one too many? Is two too many? Is three
Yeah.
too many? Is 1 day too late? Is 10 weeks too late? You know, that's the people who are in charge of these kind of things. They actually have to think about those boundaries because it's the law, you know? Don't take my
Difficult
word for it.
subject. I mean, my dad's an adopted kid.
But see, just to play devil's advocate, the circumstantial things you came up with, I would guess that those are few and far between. As far as I would imagine, most abortions are just people who got pregnant and didn't.
Mhm.
I would imagine most of them are people who didn't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
That doesn't really change my opinion on it.
But I
I'm just
mean,
saying
now
it's
with it being overturned, like the circumstantial things are thrown out the window and nobody cares about those. Like, still, it's illegal. So
Well,
It won't
it's
last
illegal.
long.
Yeah, it's
They'll
it's
switch-
not
they'll
like the
turn it
whole
around.
the
I
whole
know
country's
it's per
illegal to me.
state,
Yeah.
but still, it's just annoying.
But it was surprising that it went that way.
It's what I
Especially with
don't
how
like
things
about
have been going.
it's the government shouldn't be doing everything for us, but they should be protecting certain things about the people, and that's what the government did. Is they took away a protection that people had.
Yeah, I
They
just
gave
don't know
they-
any
they-
laws that dictate what men can do with their bodies.
They gave
So-
they gave the states the right to take away rights from people. Basically, that's what I don't like.
Yeah, agreed.
It's not protected.
I love
anymore.
even more living in a state that doesn't support me. That's just how I feel.
So vote.
It gets me all riled up and angry.
Is there any way? How can we overturn this?
Do you think there's a limit to like the time, like at all? Do you think 9 months, like Asia right now, if she wanted to, you think she could?
No, I don't think that that's right. Obviously,
But what about 7?
I don't. Again, I think it goes down to like circumstances. Like if it is like me or the baby, I'm sorry. Like,
Sure.
like I think. You can always try again to, like, I don't know. I think in emergency situations, like, where someone is going to die, like, whose life has more value. Because at that point, like, 7 months, like, that is they can come outside into the world and survive. Like,
that's what a lot of people say is that they think if there are points where, like, if a baby was born prematurely, they could keep it alive in a hospital. And they're saying if they're at that point, then maybe you shouldn't be able to abort them.
And I don't know enough about pregnancy and like how long a baby being in.
Why? Well, it might not be because the technology will get better.
If it's a completely healthy baby and it's 9 months old and it birthed just fine, it still needs the parent to keep it alive.
That's true.
So
and
it's like,
probably 100 years ago, a premature baby might have died, whereas now they wouldn't.
Yeah. So in the future, I don't know. It's a difficult subject.
It is.
Yeah.
But the problem is, we're going to ask actual people who write laws to make these decisions. So where do you think they might draw lines at? Because in the law, the lines have to be drawn. They can't really have vague, circumstantial things. You have to have, is this legal? Is it not legal?
I don't know. There's some states that are allowing it, but only after 6 weeks.
Why only after 6 weeks?
I mean, only before 6 weeks, 6 weeks and after.
Half the people don't even know they're pregnant.
No, literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, they count your pregnancy from the last day of your last period, and so you have it every 4 weeks, and so, that's only 2 weeks to really figure out, and if, some people won't even realize that, if they
or come up with the money to do it. Didn't it cost $800 or something like that?
I don't know. But yeah, 6 weeks is no period of time to actually know that,
I think the biggest problem is just that it's whether or not it's right, I guess. I mean, I guess that's you can't really discount.
No, there's no right, and it's just everybody's personal opinion on what they think is right and wrong.
By overturning it, it made it so that we don't have a choice anymore.
Yeah.
People don't have a choice, and that is the part that I think is definitely not right.
Agreed.
Because I don't know, that's kind of probably the most important thing in life. Is being able to make choices for yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, what's the point?
But it's also not okay to murder people. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, that's an understandable argument. For some reason, I do believe that I know that one cell is a living thing. So,
I saw Ben Shapiro had an argument on this, and it was this college kid. He was arguing that if it can't function on its own, you should be allowed to abort it, right? And he's like, well, okay, so if someone gets in a car wreck and they're in a coma and they're going to be fine in 9 months from now, and they're going to be fine in 9 months from now, should you be able to pull the plug on them? And it's like, that doesn't sound right. But
also,
it's interesting, yeah.
If they're going to make it illegal, of people who are in poverty, then they have to have this baby, and then there's no way to support them, so they go into foster homes. If they're gonna make it to where abortions are legal, then what are their next plans of making foster homes better? Or, there are some kids that are born and they're not in foster homes, but their only meals are breakfast and lunch, and that's from school. And so then they come home and then they have no food. And so they're already struggling with 2 kids. The mom finds out she's having another one, and then that's even less food and money for them. And then they go into even poverty further. There's just all these what ifs of if they're going to do this, then what are the other steps that they're going to ensure that these lives that are born are good lives?
Mm-hmm. But then again, is
a good life what it takes to be
life?
That's true.
Yeah, is a shitty life better than not ever being alive?
That's true. That's another.
It's an interesting.
You can go down so many rabbit holes with this.
Like I said, that's just playing devil's advocate. I still think women should be allowed to make that choice for themselves.
Same. That's my stance.
Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Don't take our word for it.
Yeah, no, literally.
I mean, I think if I was a girl, I'd want the choice.
Yeah. And what do you... Okay, so there's an interesting one. What if you were...
Yeah, what if you had like a one-night stand with someone that you...
What if you were married and your wife got pregnant and you wanted... You said you decided that you think you should have an abortion. She did not. What do you think you got? How would you solve that problem?
I'm going to answer our question first. Ultimately, like, if I had a one-night stand, it's my responsibility. I did it.
So you would take full responsibility of the child? Okay.
So what
nice.
if... Yeah.
Anyway, now you can answer Matt's.
Yeah, imagine you had a wife and you guys ended up getting pregnant and you decided you guys shouldn't have the kid, and you tell her you think you should have an abortion, and then she's like, no, I'm going to keep it.
It's her choice.
Now, what happens if she wants to abort it and you don't?
Still her choice, I guess.
But can you imagine how that would feel as
it sucks.
The husband, and how crazy that would feel? That'd be crazy.
It would suck, but ultimately, there's nothing you could do about it either way.
Well, you could just talk about it, probably like a civilized person. Assuming if she's your wife, you guys probably know how to have a conversation.
Cody's like, no, I don't ever want to talk to my wife.
And she's made up her mind that she wants to do it. That was the question, right?
I don't know. She just tells you that.
Matt gives random hypotheticals and gives, other information.
Those are fun things to think about. Come up with a different... How would you do it in all the scenarios?
We may solve one of the world's biggest problems right now.
Maybe.
I mean...
I doubt it, but...
As time goes on, I used to think that I wanted like a huge family, and as time goes on, the less and less I think that I want kids in the future.
But you came from a big family, right?
Well, I have a big immediate family, but I don't have any like aunts, uncles, grandparents.
Right, but you grew up with a lot of siblings.
Yeah, I have 4 sisters.
Okay, yeah.
And I used to think that I would want like a bunch of kids, but as time goes on, I might not even want kids at all. Who knows?
That's kind of how I feel. The world's a scary place.
No, it's not because of that. It's for selfish reasons. It's because that's a lot of work to be responsible for another person.
But if I had one on the way, I'd be fine with it too. I think.
And you know what my dog is doing right now? He's just home alone since about 1:30.
Exactly. You can't do that with a kid.
Exactly. See all the things you wouldn't be able to do? And that's selfish, and I understand.
But it's okay to be selfish. I think so.
That's why I don't feel guilty by saying I might not want kids.
I think it's interesting because I think most of our generation feels that way. So,
and then there are
doesn't want kids or wants kids.
Doesn't want them.
There are people like Elon Musk who thinks that's going to be a huge problem in the future. Is not enough people.
Yeah.
You know Nick Cannon. He has like 12 kids now.
Yeah, and they're all their names are horrible. Yeah.
And he has like 2 with every different. He only has like.
I mean, can you imagine what he pays in child support?
There's like 6 different women, 12 kids. Well, yeah, but he's super wealthy too.
I know, but still, that's so many kids. Yeah, that's
also, you don't pay child support if you have custody of them. So,
does he have custody of all 12?
I have no clue. Like
exactly.
I said, I don't keep track of these things. I just heard this somewhere else, like a headline. See, I didn't even read it.
Oh, look, there you go.
It's hard not to do.
Okay, well, this has been fun.
How do you think the Chiefs are doing right now?
I don't know. I'm stressing out. They've never beat Joe Burrow.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the Bengals.
I'm not a sports person, really.
He's the Bengals quarterback. We've played him 5 times and never won.
When was the last time you touched a football?
Me? Oh. Just because I like to watch a sport doesn't mean I have to play it, Matt.
You said we.
Oh, well, yeah, our team.
The whole psychology of sports teams always throws
a part
me.
of it.
I'm confused about why people feel so... Like, that's brand building if I ever saw it, you know? How do you do that?
Well...
How loyal people are to sports teams?
I mean, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not a diehard fan or anything, but...
You have a flag at your house.
That's my dad's.
Sweater you're wearing.
Yeah.
Do you have a sticker on your car probably, too? Do you still have his sticker on your car?
My new boss X'd it out with electrical tape.
I think I do.
Like, my second week I worked there.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, I sent you both, I think, a Snapchat.
Probably not me.
Okay.
We'll go paint a giant X over his window or something.
Business that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I like him.
Don't burn any bridges, right?
I think he is a good guy.
Yeah.
Never met the guy.
Well, he's pretty good.
So you want to come on the podcast, talk about how his business started?
I've thought about inviting him.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, he really likes to talk. I don't know if he would do all this. But maybe just without the cameras. I don't know if he could be on your Patreon or the YouTube. But, yeah.
What do you think, after being on this for an episode, what category would you say our podcast fits into? Because it's not, you can't just like, most of the times you can't just write in a category. You have to fit into some pre-designed categories.
Yeah.
See, it's so hard to stay.
But
in
I just
one
feel
category.
like,
And I don't think you have to, but you have
No,
to
I
put
don't
it in a
think so
category.
as
That's
well.
the problem. Ours is in business right now.
no, but I feel like
We spend
this podcast was like a little bit different than like a normal one,
We don't
like
really
with
have
other
a normal-
guests.
This is number 8. So this is a small sample size to...
Yeah.
What we'll be getting into most likely is we're going
This
to
is
run
like
out
kind
of
of like
friends to interview.
political.
Can't wait to interview someone I've never met until they come on the podcast. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But the easiest people for me to get on is business people.
Okay.
But I mean, that's who I like to interview.
I emailed someone
but
the other day who this guy I follow on TikTok who lives in Branson. He has like 2 million TikTok followers, and he just like does some shit on TikTok and I want to talk to him about how.
He like grew. Like
that's
his
business,
TikTok.
though.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, we did talk a lot about business, but some about politics too.
That's okay. Everybody is affected by politics
Yeah.
and business
So I don't
and
know.
love lives
Yeah, we did get a little bit on that.
and what's wrong with our podcast. Yeah, what do you think should be a good title for this podcast?
Insults from
The
Grace.
first female guest, Grace Seager.
I don't think we're going to get very many views with that kind of title.
Okay.
That's you know what SEO is? Search engine optimization.
I put something in with
Okay.
Chiefs.
Oh yeah, that might be
That'd
good.
probably be the best title.
Interesting. I don't know.
Grace
about
says Chiefs suck. Something like
No, don't even.
that.
That would get a lot of clicks, maybe.
Okay, Travis Kelce or...
Oh my gosh, wait, Travis Kelce might be hurt, so I don't know if he's actually in the game, but he was on the maybe list, so we'll see if he's playing. That's a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Him or Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, Travis Kelce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every girl's obsessed with him.
He's so hot.
He's got a Lowe's commercial now.
Looks like.
Really?
You
He's,
know what Patrick Mahomes looks like?
No, Travis Kelce. He's like big.
he's like
really cute.
he's like almost a Chris Evans looking dude, maybe.
I don't really know what Chris Evans
Captain
looks
America?
like.
That's Chris Evans.
I don't watch those movies.
Everybody knows who he is, though.
Okay, well.
Sometimes I see pictures, like, his chest is what I desire. I want to look just like him.
Oh, yeah?
I want to look just like his chest. He's got a pixel look. Okay. That's what I want to look like. I don't know what to tell you.
Just two big chests rolling
That's
around.
it. I don't care about anything else.
Just the pegs.
You see him growing my hair out? What do you think?
I do. It looks nice. And I saw you without a beard. Like, I don't know, an old
I
picture or
did
something.
No Shave November and then haven't cut it since then.
Yeah, I think the
I
beard
trimmed
looks
it this
better.
morning, so.
The beard looks better than the
Especially with the
than
long
the shaved
hair, I think.
face.
When I have
Yeah.
short hair, no beard's fine. But
Yeah, you look completely different like 2 years ago.
I look completely different all the time. You want to see? Whenever we're in California, had to get this driver's license.
Oh yeah, keep the beard.
That was right after I decided I was going to cut my hair, or wasn't going to cut my hair.
Well, hopefully you didn't just show your credit card information to everybody.
It's my debit card.
Okay.
It's a pin.
You can still run it as credit. And you can put it in online and there's no PIN asked for
I
it.
have the power to edit out whatever I want.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go.
Okay.
This
Do you
has
have
been
anything
fun.
you want to?
Oh wait, I do have, like, you guys need to plug your, like, Instagram and your TikTok at the end of every episode.
Well, I put it.
Or before.
Well, in the last one we did our Patreon. That was the first time we'd done it. We did
Okay,
the whole
well,
thing.
you guys need to start plugging yourself.
It's not bad.
I put in the descriptions of stuff.
We're really trying to get everybody funneled to YouTube or Patreon. Because
Those are the
TikTok
ones
and
that
Instagram don't pay anything.
Okay, well, yeah, but I mean, like, to grow your socials.
Yeah.
You know, just plug yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Don't take my word for it. That's the name. I don't remember the exact username.
DTF.
What?
W.
Something
Don't
like
take.
that.
Don't take DTM. Don't take my W.
WFI.
Yeah, that's it.
That's our YouTube, probably.
I wish there was a way we could make that easier to
I
remember.
mean, I could DTM WFI.
That's hard.
Try it. Try it 6 times. I bet you.
Don't take my word for it.
So think about it. There's 6 letters.
T.
There's 6 letters. Just think about it that way. What's the first 3?
DTM.
I'm
WFI.
just saying, I don't think the average Joe out there is going to be like, oh, I really
I
need
can
to
put a little
memorize
graphic
this.
up right here that does that at the end of everyone.
Wow. You guys can get sponsors.
Yeah, we already have.
Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He paid us.
How much did he? Never mind. Don't say that.
15,000.
I want to know, but I won't ask on the pod.
Does what's your works?
Oh, I don't know my work. Don't say my work name.
Do they want to add? Do they need more exposure?
No.
Why not? Then you're going to see us on your accounts payable one of these days.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I bet I could get him on here.
That's not what
I think you would really enjoy talking to him.
I like Tim. Shit, Bob. Tim Bob.
What?
I think you would, because he's like self-made and like he didn't go to college either, so he tries to get me to quit every single day.
They're
so.
definitely thinking
Really? He's like, you should not be doing this. Quit college or the job?
Quit college.
Oh.
Yeah, quit
I thought
college.
you were like, he's like this job.
No.
He's like, please quit so I don't fire you.
Okay, well, thanks for having me on your podcast.
Thanks for coming on a short notice.
Yeah, thank you.
We had a cancellation today, and so like an hour before we started recording, I was like, "Hey, Grace."
Yeah. So, thanks for having me. Even though I was a second choice, it's fine.
Yeah, she did butt in the other day.
Actually, you were our first choice, so you were girls. So.
Yeah.
I don't care. I was still the second choice. You can't hear Cody. He's over there talking. But I was the second choice, and that's okay, I guess. But anyway, thanks for having me. You can follow me on my socials.
What are they?
She just said, I don't want to be.
Yeah, you know what?
Well, I'm going to be famous now.
Okay.
So,
Clout.
it's...
Let's pay that.
What's a paid ad? No,
I think
this is my sign out. Don't be rude.
I said shout out our podcast, not sign off on and then shout out yourself.
No, I'm going to shout out myself. Anyway, it's Grace.Seager.
Is that on Instagram?
Yeah, that's my Instagram. If you look it up, it's like Seager. So, yeah. If you look it up,
I'll probably put it in the description.
It's like Seager. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. And everybody should listen to Don't Take My Word for a Podcast.
See, they're already listening. So
okay. Well, continue to listen.
We can make that into a TikTok.
Do it on the Patreon, YouTube.
Our Patreon is patreon.com/DTMWFI.
There it is. And yeah, have a good evening.